The Voice of Mail podcast takes voicemails from people just like you on trending topics, funny thoughts, or controversial points of view. Go to vomp.site or voiceofmail.com on almost any smart device and leave your awesome message. Damn it, Morty, I told you to stop messing around with those guys. No time for podcasts. There's a new gadget I want you to become one with. Be a part of testing. Oh, jeez. Why are you always getting me into these kinds of situations, Rick? Just shut up and get over here, Morty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Mail podcast, the podcast series where we take your voicemails and we use it as a baseline discussion. This definitely hasn't been done before, this recording. It's definitely not a second take at all, guaranteed. I'm your host, Donald Wonder, Jesse James. Jesus Christ. And then right opposite me is Stanley Ike on the mic. Welcome, sir. How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm returning from a train station very, very far away. You made it this time. Johnny Farah, son of a comedian. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm very well, thanks. Just getting over the first time I'm ever saying this ever tonight. No, but I'm doing great. Good to be back.
You know, I'm kind of glad we're doing this again, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I got a little bit out of hand the first time. So let's just say we're all back for the first time, because this is episode 21. We've been doing this for 6 months. Jody's just laughing. I don't know why. We're doing this for 6 months. It's a celebration. Guys, I appreciate you following me on this path. How have you guys enjoyed the podcast so far?
It's been amazing. I've enjoyed every second.
I thought I was guiding you, but no, yeah, we could say we're following your path there, yeah. But yeah, it's been convenient.
Guiding?
Yeah.
Like Jesus Father?
It's
so
been...
I call you Jesus Father, not Jolly anymore. The guiding star of the Romp podcast?
If you want to call me Jesus, then go ahead.
Maybe Judas sounds a bit more fun.
No. I've been somewhat of the savior of this show, so yeah, I can see why you made that conclusion there.
Definitely saving us by not being here for the last couple of weeks. I think yourself on that one. I should give myself a
let's do a take 3, okay?
No, there's no need for that. So, you know what, guys, this episode's going to be slightly different because the main aim of the show is to take your voicemails from the internet, from whatever device you have, and make it part of the show. And for the most, this journey hasn't really happened that much. You guys haven't interacted as much because you're too shy. There's people listening, not people participating. That's fine. But this episode, the Christmas episode, everyone came out to actually make the show what it is meant to be.
Yay.
Which is fucking awesome. On that note, I want to give a special shout out, which I forgot the first time, to Stanley Ike. Because thanks to him, we are now on Spotify.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I thought you were just going to give him a random shout out and I'll just have to sit here and take this.
Only when it's deserved, especially from me. No, Stanley actually helped us get on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, well done.
Man. Yeah. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
No, I really appreciate that. It made me look like a fool, by the way. Nah, man. So if you're listening on the podcast app and you didn't really like it, like, I always recommended Castbox, but people thought it was a bit bloated. Even though it's free, it is bloated. So if you got a Spotify premium account anyway, you Spotify and you're like, I don't need multiple apps, then you can get Voice and Mail on Spotify on its own.
Yeah.
So Stanley, I really appreciate that. Let me give you a round of applause for doing that for us, man. It means a lot. Thank you. So guys, if you're listening on whatever app, go to Spotify or don't. Who cares? However you're listening, really appreciate it. But we're going to move on with the Christmas theme with the last episode of 2018, guys. We're going to do your voicemails, and the show is not a show without our superstar voicemailer.
Oh, thank you.
Tikun, the unusual words, if not Jolly Farah. Jesus Christ. You sent us one voicemail when you're stuck in the boonies.
ever.
And now you think you're a fucking superstar?
All right, well,
relax, bro. Relax.
Right,
Let's go over to Tikun. Let's get our Christmas message in to start the show off, and we'll take it from there. Thank you, Tikun. Take it away.
Hey Von Crew, Tikun here, giving another season's greetings of a Merry Christmas. And my question for you guys is, I guess, a trivia question, I think, of regards to, has the moral standpoints for how holidays are still condoned in what they mean, or have they been kind of just lost in the commercialism and everything? I'm mostly asking because A while ago, I watched one of my favorite documentaries that revolve around the holidays called "What Would Jesus Buy?" and it was talking about how the holidays emphasize everything with commercialism and everything, and how everything has been replaced with sentimental. Everything that's been sentimental has been changed to materialism and everything. And I'm just wondering if you guys think that's a thing, and if not, what are the kind of things that keep you guys that grounded? Hopefully this is a broad enough question for you guys and everything. And if you haven't seen that documentary, it's a pretty fun one. Again, albeit dated. We'll see how that turns out. With that said, take care.
Joe Leeds Farrer, you haven't been here for 2 weeks, so in bar with that voicemail, I want to ask you a question right now.
Go ahead.
Stop me if you heard this one before.
All right, far away.
What would Jesus Christ buy in 2018?
All right. Okay, I just need to think of something
A better
hilarious.
comedian.
So that's more offensive than funny there. You guys, audience members would have missed the straight fire I said in the first take. But anyways, it doesn't seem natural now.
That definitely happened.
No, yeah, I know. All right, well, I could answer her question. I just need to think of a decent answer. All right. No, I think commercialism and Christmas is that ship has sailed a long time ago, right? The moment you saw that Coca-Cola truck driving around the UK, you know, or I don't know, John Lewis had people looking forward to that more than, you know, seeing some of their family members. I mean, commercialism took over a long time ago. So
does it make you feel bad? Do you guys feel like it's a shame? Oh no, look.
Well, it's tradition now. It's not. It's not a religious experience. It's sort of just tradition.
Is that a bad thing?
It's you know what, it's taken. It's not a bad thing for me because it does actually bring families and friends together. People are in good spirits and people try to be decent to each other. I mean, the consumerism's gone a little bit weird, but yeah.
In what sense? Consumerism gone
Well, I mean, just weird in terms of like, if you do not get something for someone, then it is now socially like abnormal or morally reprehensible. Like, oh my gosh, you didn't get your loved one a gift, and I was like, no, they know my bank balance. Why would?
It's funny. It's funny you say that. I don't do Christmas for like my friends and family anymore. I don't buy anyone anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that this is every person in the world, but I mean that's the general rule of thumb. Like even at work, everyone does what? If you get a Secret Santa, everyone fucking hates Secret Santa, but you go with it, and there's a moral obligation to do this.
Oh yeah, if you don't do Secret Santa, you are like that weird guy in the office, like who's tight, or hasn't got any friends.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Funny fact, I just did Secret Santa for the first time this year.
Oh really?
Reddit Secret Santa, online internet Secret Santa.
What did that involve? What did that involve?
I know. First thing, yes, you do have to share your address with Reddit, but there's all these. It's very secure. Well, it can't be 100% secure, obviously. But
I was gonna say
they go through barriers to make sure that the thing is there's about 3 million people on Reddit that participate in the Secret Santa. And you could end up with, if you're paired with the right person, there's a lot of rich people on Reddit, you could end up with anything you want. You get to write a profile and then say what you want. And then I was like, Nintendo Switch. What's my hobbies? Nintendo Switch. What am I interested in? Nintendo Switch. What's my career? Nintendo Switch. So I left a hint.
I've even switching genders, like.
And then, they send you like a used condom or something, and they're like, "Fuck, piece of shit."
Stanley, that was bad. I didn't like what you just said. Switching genders, Nintendo Switch. That was terrible. By the way, I'm not gonna let that one go by.
You're switching.
It's a good one though. Just take the hit.
Well, I didn't get a Switch.
Take a hit.
Okay.
You received it?
I received my gift.
Oh, what did you get?
It was, and you know what? In case the person's listening, because to be fair, I didn't link my profile with Nintendo Switch. I mentioned I like Nintendo, but he gave me a really full gift, and I'm actually going to say what it was.
A picture of Nintendo Switch.
I would have laughed. Rude. No, I would have been like, that's funny. I would have been like, that's funny, that's good. And you know what, actually, before I veer off, I want to tie this into Tikun's question with the commercialism. Here's the thing. The religious aspect is kind of gone, And in today's society, the religious aspect isn't even as appreciated anymore, with people saying, don't say Happy Christmas, say Happy Holidays. The gift idea, giving someone a gift and being thankful for that, I like that idea. And actually, I think Secret Santa is one of the best parts of Christmas, just because nobody knows what anyone's getting, and you don't feel the pressure of, like, you know, if you're buying something for your partner, you have to put thought into it, and then if she doesn't like it and all that. But Secret Santa, fuck it, you never know what anyone's gonna get. I wish the whole world was Secret Santa, but age appropriate. Okay, age. I thought about this.
Yeah.
Age appropriate.
Yeah, there's some rules and guidelines. I know what you mean there.
I don't think nobody misses the religious aspect of Christmas. I hate to be an arsehole. I can probably subjective to me because I'm non-religious, so it's probably subjective to arsehole. But I don't see the world on a whole missing the religious aspect.
Yeah.
In terms of going to church, in terms of reading I think it's nice. Don't get me wrong. In primary school,
Yeah.
or junior high, whatever you want to call it, I did that, and it was cool in school. But as an adult, the only thing I like about it is the food, and the gifts.
But yeah, no, they're intertwined. People separate now from religion to now tradition. So Christmas carols, and even go to church. So I don't know, people looking at the nativity scene. It's all seen as, you know, kind of Anglo-Saxon. Well, I won't say Anglo-Saxon, but it's, you know, it's because all over the world. But it's just, yeah, it's just a tradition now. No
Do
one
you
really
guys
cares.
care? Let's just cut to the shit as well. Do you guys care about the traditional aspect of Christmas being gone, being just commercial now? Do you care? Let's just get to that point right now.
Well, here's the thing for me, right?
Stanley, speak.
Personally, I'm Christian, so that part can never. It's kind of tutting, you know. That part can never. Hey, man, just because you're forced to watch Greenleaf or whatever. Listen,
You're gonna get me in trouble.
I like, but I do both anyway. So because that's just the kind of upbringing I have. You do the church bit. You also do the secular bit as well. But the way, in terms of how trends are, where it is becoming more and more commercial, and that ship has kind of sailed.
Can it get more commercial though?
And I was just about to say,
Yeah.
like, certain retailers are showing like lower figures than compared to last year and the year before in terms of how much they're selling. Like, people would have bought like twice more than at this point last year compared to this year. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think people are starting to kind of get to the point where we're all like capitalized out. Like, we can't just like buy shit every year. Yeah, generally speaking, it's always going to be the usual things, the TV specials, getting people gifts, eating food. That's pretty much what it is. And the religious side of it is it's been more and more in the background. But for me, I don't know. It's just not that big of a deal for me, because I know that there's still that group that do have that religious side, but it's getting more and more taken away from.
It's weird though, because some people will lose their shit though if you try and get rid of the nativity side.
Well, here's
you know,
the
like
thing.
if you say like the nativity scene, I don't want to see that anymore. Then people will be like, "What the fuck
they'll
did
be
he
like,
just say?" You know.
That's the funny thing about that, right? So the kind of person that will be pissed off about that, like, how dare you? This is nativity is one of the biggest parts of Christmas. And if you ask them something like biblical to do with Christmas, or when was the last time you went to church, they'll be like, "Oh, I just happened to go last Christmas." So
Yeah, that's it.
You can't like get angry at one thing when you're not like,
That's
you
it.
can't really back up what you're speaking about.
Just because you saw your kid in the, in the school
as
play
as a shepherd,
as a shepherd, you think you
or
know,
a wise man.
you're up to speed with all the religious stuff.
Exactly,
Like, I
yeah.
watch the play. Okay, I watch it every year. Okay.
Do you know, I read a poll, and I'm going to transition out of this topic for the simple reason we're going to come right back to it, especially on the next segment. I read a poll, and I bet you guys are going to get this right. If I told you there was a poll, right, and there was a list of 5 Christmas presents, right, in our commercialized, consumerism Christmas, what do you think is the top present that most people want?
As in,
And group them all together, children, adults. If there's one unifying product that anyone would want for Christmas, and this has been in most polls, that yes, I want this one item. Believe it or not, there's one item that rises to the top.
Oh,
I could give you a little bit of a clue.
Is it iPad?
class age.
It is close.
Okay.
Okay. iPhone.
Well, yeah, but you were very specific. It's a smartphone, basically.
It's just, oh, smart. Okay.
No,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna
cool.
say other things.
Does that surprise you? Should I even ask what you were thinking, Johnny?
Does it surprise me? No.
Smartphones is on the top of the list for most people. That it always wins polls of most desired. The iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, even kids, they want the latest smartphone because that is,
I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you're an older person, having a smartphone makes you down with the kids or keeping up with like current trends. If you're a young person, you just want one to be cool with your friends and stuff. So yeah, old and young, they want the latest. I was gonna say iPhone. Smartphone.
It's the height of that one product is the height of consumerism. It's the most desired tech product in the world. A smartphone.
Yeah,
across
every
all ages,
person has it.
genders.
Exactly. Every brand. And you know what? That perfectly transitions into our next topic.
Okay. What a segue.
The tech story. Here we go.
Oh
the
my
tech
God,
story,
here we
which
go.
I've been holding this one for a while.
All right.
Because the voice one makes me laugh. And actually, this was someone I knew I had to kind of do their voice over for them with the computer. So have a listen to this. I think Jodie. This, you know what? Actually, I think this actually sounds like Jodie. Stanley, doesn't this actually sound like Jodie's right now?
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
No. It sounds like Jodie. Don't go anywhere.
I'm so sick of smartphones. Apple and Samsung are just too bloody expensive. People are actually really excited about bendable screens and more multiple cameras on one phone. Like 6 cameras on one phone. It just doesn't make sense to me as an average non-tech industry person. What do you think the future of smartphones are? And do you like the current trajectory of the technology? As enthusiasts, and as a prospective new phone buyer, what are your thoughts?
That sounds exactly like Jodie.
That
didn't
guy
it, Stanley? You could
sounds
just
so
exactly-
cool. Oh my
It was
gosh.
the spitting image.
He
of them.
sounded like the smoothest
The
motherfucker
roboticness,
I've ever heard.
the
Like,
tempo,
what's that? The
the
guy's
lack of personality. Jodie,
like-
I'm telling you, it just spot
like-
on Jodie's father.
It's an amazingly smooth voice. That is Attenborough-esque.
The claws
just-
are out today,
Are you guys sick of this smartphone fatigue? There's all these new features and stuff.
That's another thing I heard. I heard that we are buying or we're changing smartphones less. Like before, we used to do it 2 years on the dot, but now it's like
every year. Thanks to iPhone. No. You said less.
I'm talking in terms of how often you as an individual.
The mass.
Yeah,
I
it
think
used
the
to be. Yeah,
mass are less.
it used to be the masses. Yeah, I mean, years ago was like you need to upgrade every year. But now, obviously, prices are still even more expensive. I mean, you're essentially getting a small computer,
Exactly.
So and that's never going to change. So people are like willing to hold on to it for until their contracts run out or whatever, 2 years, 3 years, and then they'll look into it. And it depends how much you like or attached you are to some smartphones. Like mothers aren't young mothers. Have you ever seen those mothers with the smashed screen all the time? Like that?
That's the best thing about these bendy phones.
I know they're gonna love it because check any mother with a young kid out and they look at their phone and it looks like a piece of shit that you just found next to a skip. And I was like, can I use your phone? You're like, oh my God, who's on this? But yeah,
Not so sure about that, love.
yeah. But yeah, you know what? I don't think there's that much fatigue. I mean, people just see the news thing. They used to do that queue thing. People still queue? Do they still queue for
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for the iPhone specifically.
Yeah.
Not even much for the Galaxy. The iPhone has still got that.
Yeah.
Not like they encourage it.
No,
but
that's
they
true.
definitely.
Those people who queue have always been weird anyways.
Super
But
fans.
I think that's died down. I actually do.
Yeah.
I think that's actually
It
died
used to
down.
be something like whenever a new Apple phone comes out, iPhone comes out,
Yeah.
the news crew will be ready at the
oh
Apple
my gosh,
store.
it's such a yeah.
Well, let me ask. Well, before I'm going to play a clip here about smartphone fatigue because you guys have spoken about it generally. I want to ask you two how you feel about it specifically. And obviously, the question was, how do we feel it's advancing? Where do you think it's going? I got thoughts on this, but let's hear this clip about smartphone fatigue, and then we'll continue this bit.
It's an interesting point in the smartphone market. We've seen really rapid growth over the last several years, but now things have slowed. There are a few different factors that I think might be driving this. One is the price. The price has gotten really high. We've seen the iPhone 10 launch last year at $1,000, which is an extremely high price point. As new features like Face ID just don't seem to be driving the kind of demand that we have seen in the past. The other thing about these devices is that many people are more interested in the next app they can download and what they might be able to do with that. So we think a lot of consumers are probably much more focused on what they're doing with their devices, which is a good thing, but maybe not as focused on buying the next new device. Despite these challenges, there are a couple of bright spots in the industry. Some new features rolling out into the market are interesting, things like augmented reality. We think that augmented reality will grow as a feature on phones, especially as devices get the ability to scan the external world and maybe let you know whether a pair of shoes you're ordering online is going to fit, or whether furniture will fit into your house the way you want it to, those sorts of things. So that kind of stuff is coming and might drive people to want to buy new devices, but we're still a couple of years away from those features. So even though there are things that are causing the smartphone market to grow more slowly right now, there are also a lot of unexpected technologies that could come down the pike. And we think that makes this a very interesting area to analyze as we look forward.
You know, a lot of people are saying the innovation in smart the industry is just not going to be as surprising, as interesting as it was before. Augmented reality has been around for a while. You know, Pokemon Go is probably the biggest, most popular use of it. You know, playing a Pokemon game in real life. But as the example just used, you know, you walk into a shop and, you know, you point to that on my table, Jody, you scan it with your phone and it tells you it's useful, but it's not like a phone buying feature to me. There's nothing, I can't think of something, even as a techno guy, I can't think of a feature that's so futuristic or so useful that makes you want to buy a phone. I consider myself a forward-thinking guy. When people buy phones, they just like upgrade the specs. But in terms of features, that's why I do think there's a bit of a fatigue, because I don't think people are expecting any new advancements or hear anything that's really we'll talk about this bendable shit in a minute, by the way. But for me, I don't really hear anything that's making me think, I'm really gonna wait to see what, you know, the iPhone 20 is gonna do. Is it gonna beam me up into space? Or I don't know. I'm exaggerating.
No, but it's the price point. I mean, you know, wage salary stagnation has still been that way for quite a while, and you're right. If you're getting a new device, you look at value for money, and if someone says there's a better camera or whatever, you're like, well, this one's got a camera. Why the fuck do I need that one? And pay, you know, half my paycheck or whatever, a quarter of my paycheck on this thing right now. I can't afford that.
How do you feel? Because how do you feel about smartphones? Do you care? Do you want anything?
I like it. Like, you know, you get that new fangled feeling when you buy a new one and it looks amazing. You can see all the features and it's exciting. But do I need it? Do I want it? Not really.
How much are you willing to pay for that new
open
box feeling
I mean,
you're talking about? $1,000, huh?
I mean, $1,000. I mean, you know, I used to work for this loan company. And the only people willing to do that are, you know, the very few percentage who can easily afford it, whatever. But it was young people. It was like young kind of dumbass people who are like younger than like 21, 22. They're all going for the iPhone X because, you know, it's a status symbol, you know. And that's what it was there. But if you look at people beyond that who are a bit more discerning, they were like, well, I've got my old phone, so why the fuck do I want this? Why am I paying £1,000 for this? It's the price point. It's like what the guy said at the top of the voicemail. Yeah. He was just like, at the top of the video, whatever. He was just like, $1,000, is it worth your time? You know, no one's going to do that.
All right, Stanley. So what do you think? What's going to make you buy the newest phone, the newest features? Are you even excited? Do you agree about this fatigue? Or are you just like, I'm going to spend my next money on the Pixel 4 because I know how much you love the Google Pixel.
Well, I'm literally like 2 pixels behind at this stage. Like, I still got the first one.
Oh, okay, really?
Number 3 is out.
I thought you had Pixel 2.
No, I got a Pixel 1 like literally when the Pixel 2 was about to be released. So, but we'll see how I feel when my contract runs out. Because generally speaking, if the phone's still in good order, the only reason I would in this day and age jump from a contract right after 2 years is if like I didn't like my old phone for whatever reason. But I think between Jolene and the actual and the recording, I mean, they got it spot on. There is a lot of wage growth is a bit stagnant. Like, people's wages aren't really growing, but you have people like Apple who are continuously rising the prices of their new exactly. So it's like it's not really adding up. And then on top of that, just to go back to what was discussed about new products, you've got. Back when people were, I think anyway, sort of prepared to part cash for the brand new statement phone, is when things like Apple Pay, Google Pay were coming out, like actual new, and if you go back even further, when we had terrible cameras and then cameras started getting good.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like we'll give you 6 cameras in your phone. It's like, yeah, just the one works. Thank you very much. And all this like, well, I think there's loads of cool things that phones do these days that we kind of take for granted, such as like I always forget all the time that I can just do Google Assistant on my phone all the time.
Yeah,
But
do you feel that? Do you feel with also it's a weird thing, right? I don't know if you guys feel, but you have a weird attachment with the phone as well. You know, I tell you what, right?
Well, that's the funny thing. You using the word weird, is that's the weird part, because people don't consider that weird. I know what you're saying, but
but
you would
it's
be
almost,
self-aware.
Yeah,
if you explain to someone now, like, you know, you're always checking your phone every 5 seconds. Like even when we're doing this podcast, you know, I'm always checking in on my phone and. You know,
because you're literally with it
Yeah.
more than anything and anyone else ever.
It's your
it's
life partner.
It's your life partner
to
in
an
that way. And you get this.
why are you guys phrasing it like this? I don't like this.
So that movie, what's that movie? Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not developing a relationship with that, but I mean, I'm just still like, it's.
Why do you look so happy when you?
I'm so happy.
The prospect of this, you're like, yeah,
So
I can't. Is this the feature you're looking for?
Ironically, I see a lot of porn on there. So I was like, it gives me everything that I need. So you get an attachment with it, right? And that's why some people are like, oh, do I really want to? No, I like this phone.
You know, people. This is what my point. When you said that weird and attachment, people were like, but it's something I need in my life. I need to catch up with work. I need to respond to my emails. It's a new way of living now. It's not even like, it's not an attachment. It's a necessity. I need my phone.
Well, in terms of an emotional ties there, because like someone will say, oh, I can give you something better for more money. You'd be like, no, I like this one. You know, this.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a different kind of attachment you're talking about.
That's what people have. You know, so
really?
you kind of have that.
That's different than what I was talking about.
Yeah.
To the actual phone, like, I call this Sally. You know, and I don't care about the iPhone, the Samsung Galaxy 7. Sally is all I need.
My phone's called Layla.
I'm
That's
change
Sally.
the battery, get a new cover.
Oh my
sexy
god!
can last.
Why just Do you want us to leave the room now? Do you want us to leave the room?
Actually,
so
one thing they've actually, you can't even access your phone battery anymore. Like they've.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're some
You
weird.
can't.
The old school.
I was just about to say unless you're some
Sally.
tech.
No, you're right. Yeah,
Multiple.
I asked that to someone. I was like, oh, you know, let me take the battery out, and then they're like, what?
What are you talking?
Yeah, what?
What year are you?
So
in?
it was this 2000. You know, I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Before we leave, I do want to ask about the newest technology. They're all gone on about this bendable phones and phones that can bend and fold. I do not see the use of this at all.
Really?
Well, a lot of mothers would love it.
A good one, Jodie. Mothers with kids like can't break the phone anymore.
That's it. That's
Durability, fair enough. But
Yeah.
other than the durability aspect, which is cool, but this seems more like for action stunt people. You know, there's a certain industry that could benefit from it for that. But the mass market, why is bendable phones and foldable phones? Why is this technology being pursued as so awesome? I don't see the practical.
I'm waiting for the marketing. You know, it's one of those things where people start marketing it and then it just starts.
Do you know what
trending
marketing I can see?
everywhere,
You know what I can see? You know when we grew up and we saw them toys? Guess what Action Man can do? Action Man legs can shoot. His arm is like, guess what your iPhone 15 can do? Huh? You can twist the top left corner and then take a picture backwards. iPhone XX. I'm like, what?
My one would be more focused again on parents there. So just you live with a piece of shit kid. Your phone always constantly smashed and people
And there's people in the insurance
you've
industry
constantly
sweating
missing
right now.
I've got
that's
honesty,
so
sorry.
true, actually.
You know what I mean?
what? That is so true. You know when one industry fucks up another industry, like you know when the tin can opener thing,
Yeah.
and the tin, they used to work together. There was two separate industries, and then the tin guy came up with a ring to move off the thing, and the tin can
Just
opener
pull it
guy's
off.
like, "What the
Dude,
fuck, man? We had a deal." And he goes,
You know what?
"Sorry, you know."
You know what? Jodie's father is just exposed his age. Because when I grew up, there was only the handheld tin cutter. There wasn't this thing. I saw that on TV one time. I'm like, people use that shit.
Yeah. And
People listening don't even know what the hell I'm talking
Thank
about. By the way,
God, the tin opener can open up beer bottles, because if it wasn't there, then
What
people
use?
would be like, well, if you can't feed my alcoholism and food, then all right, what do I need you for?
all right, let's move on. We spent too much on this damn phone. People are like, why are you talking about phones? Let's move on to the Christmas spirit. So
Yeah.
going back to the voicemails, we got a nice voicemail for one of our old guests. We're definitely going to be having back in 2019. Chris Bridges from Chris Bridge from Fantastic Brick. He's got a lovely message for us to jump on each other about. So let's have a listen. Hey guys, have some good answers this time. Jody in particular, I'm looking at him.
Hi Vom crew, hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas guys, hope you had a good year. So this Christmas, thinking nostalgically, what was the best Christmas present you ever got as a kid? While we're on the subject, what was the worst Christmas present you ever got? I want true answers, you know. For me, back when I was a kid, it must have been around the time Small Soldiers came out, someone got me a Chip Hazard. And that was fucking amazing. But I can't think of what shit ones I got. Anyway, I want to know your answers. So keep doing what you're doing. Happy New Year. And nice one, guys. Keep it up.
Happy New Year to you too,
Happy
Chris.
New Year
Stanley,
to you.
you're going first. Best and worst present you ever got.
I'm actually ready for this one. Yeah. Okay. So I can go with. I'll get to best for second. So the worst.
Just remember, your family are listening.
Well, actually, they're in the clear because actually,
Okay.
maybe not. I literally can't remember what my siblings.
Oh, now you can't remember after bringing your family. Huh?
In terms of what my siblings have got, what have they got me? Anyway, we're gonna bring back the whole topic of Secret Santas again because
Okay.
the last couple of Secret Santas I've been involved with at work.
I don't know if that can really count, you know.
It's a gift. It's a Christmas present.
It is, but they didn't think of you to give you the shit gift. You know what I mean?
No. It depends how you do your Secret Santa
was
because
to
some
make
Secret
it
Santas
personal.
they give
Oh,
you.
you mean they're targeted to? Oh, I get. What
Yeah,
you mean.
they
Like,
give
you know
so-
who you ended up with.
Exactly.
Okay, I
so
got
you,
you, I got
so
you.
they would have got like, oh,
Okay.
your Secret Santa is Stan.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Okay, that
So
counts. That counts.
I got last year. I got a book, and this year,
Maybe you needed to
that's
read.
sweet.
What was the book? What was it called, Stanley?
It was one of those. Is it Lee Charles?
Oh my
You know,
god, the one that you can
uh,
find at a train station.
Yeah,
or
those
the-
ones. You know,
like,
I was
oh
like,
my
this guy
word.
didn't think very hard of
This
that.
person does not like you.
That actually sounds like a re-gift.
And you know what? I don't even think it was new. I literally think
Yeah,
it was.
that's something that
That's
you
what I just
find.
said.
That's what you find in the
Oh,
garage. Yeah,
You got re-gifted. Stanley.
Oh man!
That's part
It's
of the
all
trade.
good.
that's not even a re-gift. That's someone throwing away their rubbish, and they were like,
Wow.
"Let me just put down."
Stanley's name on this trash.
We do some shoddy rapping.
Was that your worst gift? A book? Here, come on, Stanley.
I know there's some Lee Child
It
fans.
wasn't. It wasn't. It's
losing
not
their
bad,
shit right
but
now.
it's like I haven't got something that I was like, oh, how could you do this to me? Like, it's only that, and then this year I got wine, which isn't the worst thing. I just kind of think because when it comes to Secret Santa, I always try and put like some effort, like make
Yeah.
it clever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart from the Secret Santa, was there ever a targeted birthday present that wasn't great? A targeted one.
I don't know.
Damn, you don't know.
Socks maybe.
That's pretty bad though. I'm not gonna. Socks is pretty shit.
Socks. I have received socks before. That was
Yeah,
that was from a very thoughtful girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
I was gonna say. I was like, I hope so. I hope she's an okay.
All right, what's the best then, Stan? What's the best? You can remember that.
I'll never forget the best Christmas. So the best Christmas was when I received. Not only did I receive a PlayStation 2,
Damn.
back when I was, that would have been what, my 12th birthday maybe. But yeah, I received a PlayStation 2.
I was hoping you'd say last year. That would have been great.
A dinosaur or something, and the other, and also a Game Boy Advance in the same Christmas.
What?
So, and like,
I hate you.
my dad was like super strict and stuff. So for him to get like the actual PlayStation 2 and the handheld console as well, and the Game Boy Advance, I was like,
Wow. Was
the Christmas written by the gods.
Well,
or
let's be
something.
honest. Next
this
thing you
is
got
a
nothing,
very
right?
moving moment I'm actually witnessing right now.
No, honestly, and that kind of, and from there, my love of like PlayStation and Nintendo were born, basically. So,
And then your dad never got you a gift again.
and then I didn't
Make
receive
up for
a console for donkeys.
You
Yeah,
can
no.
never.
In fact, he used to confiscate it.
Wow, you actually relate to mine, Stanley, but I'll save
Yeah.
mine till Jolie goes next. What's up, Jolie?
Well, because I was raised Muslim, my mother gave me the Quran and said, "There's no such thing as Santa Claus and Christmas
I think
gifts." So
sometimes JJ forgets your background.
there you go. Is that read?
No, not
No,
necessarily.
no, no, but don't get me wrong. There has
necessarily.
been since.
Okay.
There has been since, but yeah, for
I didn't assume.
the
You
bulk,
see?
the bulk of
Assume.
my life, that was here's this book, read it, and of some verses. There's no Santa Claus or gifts. So
in,
I was
in context, you got a good gift though.
Yeah, it
in
was.
Context of your religion,
It was. It was.
got a good
It was.
gift,
It was a stern and harsh discipline teachings that were hoisted upon me. But I was gonna say, with recently, the worst one was last week in my Secret Santa. Okay. They didn't even fucking try. It was just like they got me something that when you buy some sweets in a shop and or whatever in whatever supermarket, you see some novelty stuff. Yeah. And then you just like, just get that as well. That's what my one was. It was a metallic. It was a magnet where there's all these small little bear balls, and then you can make a sculpture out of it, but you can't really. It's just basically a whole bunch of balls stuck to a magnet, and then you're just basically trying to make something, but you can't. You're just making more of a mess. And the irony is that some of them actually fall off because the magnet's not that strong. And I just basically made a booby trap out of Home Alone or something. It looks so ridiculous. But that was and I told everyone in the office, whoever gave me this, you're a piece of shit. And they know it. I was like, this is the worst gift. This is more offensive if you didn't get me anything. But anyways,
all right. What's
the best one actually was a PlayStation 4. So yeah.
Oh really?
Jesus,
so if you want to make any man happy, just get a PlayStation.
Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Hey.
Get your man a console.
Are the best.
We are very simple, but it's an amazing machine, and you use it for everything.
Damn you guys!
I honestly lost my shit. I was like, oh my fuck, yeah. Where you just scored a goal, standing at the crowd like that, just said amazing.
I can see you screaming at the gift.
Come on, baby! Yeah, just running over to the camera. So get in, get in. It was amazing. So that was it. Very predictable, but yeah. Other than the harsh memories you made me remember. But there you go. So, what about you?
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Hopefully.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'd rather listen.
Your face is looking more depressing than usual.
There's a disclosure I have to give.
All right, go on then.
I warned the person that I was going to bring it up. I warned them what was going to happen. Now, I assume in the next 5 minutes, Stanley and Joe Lee might die. They might die of laughter.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
They might literally die, and that's fine. I told my ex this would happen. I told her this was not funny, but she thought it was. And you guys listening are going to get a real laugh out of this. But I always say, I'm going to tell you guys the truth, even if it's my own expense. Oh, I'm sorry, lady. I'm going to put you out there in the worst way, but I told you I would. But no one's going to know your name, okay? One of the things I liked about my ex-girlfriend is that she's got really big breasts. Really nice. And one of the things, and don't worry guys, this isn't getting R-rated.
No, this is a cracking start to the story, but keep going.
So here's one of the things is that, I like to rest on them. I like to sleep on them because, I felt like a baby. Back in the day on mama's chest, it was really nice.
Do you know there's a microphone near your mouth there? Carry on, by the way.
Jody's loving this. It's fine. So after we broke up, it wasn't the easiest breakup. It was very painful and all that. So we still friends afterwards. Right. And then she said, you know what? Since you love breasts so much, and since you love resting on mine, sleeping on my breast so much, because you are a psycho pervert, or whatever she wants to call me, she decided to get me a gift. Right. And unfortunately, you guys, this is audio, so you can't see this. But for my guys here, and I don't think I'm going to go this far. There's a chance I might put on Instagram live, because I don't put any live video. But I actually have the gift here, which I'm going to show my boys.
What are you reaching down there for? What the hell?
I don't want to see.
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, that's quality. Okay.
Was it sculpted? By any human models?
What?
So I'll let Jolie and Stanley tell what I've just passed them over.
Yeah. So what we've got here is A grade, state of the art waifu. No, I'm joking. Fuck you. It's a boob pillow.
Yeah.
A boob cushion. Yeah.
That is, mildly funny.
I'm glad you find it funny because I wasn't laughing at all.
This is.
I was like, I know.
You're doing a serious Samuel L. Jackson face now. No, it was funny. Come on.
Are those to scale, by the way?
It's hilarious.
Like,
You know what, Stanley? You're really pushing it.
That's what I thought.
You're really pushing it. I already told you I can't
Like,
disclose any details.
shop assistant was like, wait, let me see.
So my new friend gave me a boob pillow. The absolute audacity. I'm a man. I like real things. I don't like fake things. I used to laugh at people with these body pillows. We spoke about a guy that married an anime. What was it? An anime toy the other day.
Like a hologram thing.
Yeah, and now you're giving me a plushie, a tit plushie.
So did he?
You should have saw the glee on her face. You like breasts so much, and now you're single. Enjoy these.
Oh, she did it when you guys broke up.
Yes.
What? Okay, that is.
Oh, what you didn't? That.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
guess there's a bit of poetic justice in that then, to an extent.
No, you should have just said, "Nah, I've got your friend" or something like that. You know, just say something like,
If you can see
say our
Jolie's
friends-
hand right now, it's actually.
It looks like Jody's like, you really enjoy
There
it.
you
He's
go.
really
I am.
enjoying this, guys.
I
Yeah,
am.
like I can't put this on.
I am. You generally.
I'm
could I
actually
keep it?
going to take a video on Instagram.
Please do.
I think I actually might get banned.
Please
I
do.
don't think they're allowed, that stuff. Jodie's actually putting it
really?
on now.
That's
Please
like
do.
the tamest
Please
thing.
do.
So obviously that is the worst Christmas present I ever got. It's just not even.
Did she,
You love it deep
Did
down.
she give it to you face to face or?
Of course she did.
Okay.
With I told you there was glee in her eye.
As she
In
broke
her-
up with you,
she was
she
laughing.
said, "Take this." Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Probably worked.
Is that your
you're not
colour?
sleeping on those boobs anymore.
Is that your color
Oh,
preference?
is this your colour as well? I love this story because you just look so angry and mad.
Yeah, you don't look pleased at
I
all.
know.
And I'm sure she gonna listen to this, and when she hears it, I'm gonna get a text like I can't.
I swear,
believe
you know
did
what?
it.
We could just do a whole podcast about your life stories. You know.
No, you're gonna hear the best present I ever got now as well.
Okay.
Let's move on. So I told her that it's probably gonna be a re-gift, but a guy can't even buy that for another guy, and as a joke, because guys will just end up fighting each other.
No, give it a go. See what happens.
Jolene, guess what I got you for Christmas? It's already in your hands. Oh man, I'm so thoughtful. You know.
You did tell him.
Oh, I've already made it. I'm already taken this already. I made plans a long time ago to thieve
You are
this.
going on a plane, right?
Hey,
Can it
it's
fit
true.
between your neck?
I know.
Yeah.
I want the guy to see that as he puts the camera, my bags with the camera, and just,
All right, I'll put that on. I know this bit's gone on a bit long, but I will put that on Instagram. Jodie will have to cover the nipples so we don't get flagged on Instagram. For
you get
nudity
flagged?
and all
No,
that
surely
stuff.
not.
No, I
surely
don't
not.
think so.
Okay.
No,
I've seen real boobs on this. Okay, let me not say that.
Exposed.
Oh my god.
So anyway, let's move on to the best present I ever got. So, you know what's ironic about all three of our best presents? Well, actually, they're computer game related.
I got
Yeah.
you.
And it's kind of the best present I ever got was in 1991
Okay.
when my dad took me to Dixon's and he said he bought me my first ever video game ever so for Christmas, and it was Super Mario Kart.
Wow. Not only an incredible game,
Yep.
One of
And
the.
my favorite game of all time. to this day.
one of the best games ever made. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my
Yeah.
and you know what's so funny? Obviously, it was such a great present that I couldn't wait till Christmas. So what I did was after he let me pick it too, and that was see, this is the thing about men. He knew to ask me what I wanted, and he got it for me. I mean, he already won. Then I got what I wanted, the best present I never forgot. And then when he went to sleep, I went into his bedroom, took it out the cartridge because those things were in boxes.
Yeah.
Played it all night.
Yeah.
Before he woke up, put it back in the box. It was literally the gift that kept on giving until Christmas Day. And I was like, oh my God.
My word.
I wonder what you got me, Dad. Oh, the Game Boy Advance.
I missed that. I missed that as well because I used to do that as well. That's such a good memory because I used to do that as well. Like, before I used to go to school, before my mum took me to school.
Oh, you sneak us.
Yeah, I'd sneak in around about 5 o'clock and I'd take the game out, and you try to put the cartridge in and you're thinking you're being really quiet.
Yeah.
Then later on she hears me and she beats me up. But it's like, but when you do that, it's, yeah. It's nostalgic.
On a serious note, I'm gonna have to edit out that whole part about the tip pillow. I might get myself in more trouble.
Oh my god, you shouldn't.
I'm not going to. I just said I thought, no, I committed to that, and she already embarrassed me. It was very embarrassing, but she had a point though. But it's not my fault. Her breasts were nice.
All right, can you say a surname or a first name?
No.
Or, okay.
She's gonna hit the fella boys up
all
at
the
all.
way.
But she knows that I wasn't joking when I said I was gonna bring it up. So that, Chris, that was my best and worst present. I know I'm never gonna hear the end of that. I'm not gonna make that into an Instagram clip because I'm gonna get in too much shit. But
yeah, putting that shit out on the street.
yeah. But anyway, let's move on to the. Let's go back to our last technology story for today. This one's just fucking funny. Jolie, I wanna talk about someone. Does that bring back any memories? I know you can see who I'm talking about, but still. Stanley, any good memories?
God.
Yeah, it was a fun song.
Oh, God.
It was a pretty fun song.
Yeah.
Superman! Say the rest of it. You know the words. Superman what?
Superman that hoe.
Oh!
I didn't even know that. Seriously.
You didn't know that?
Oh, Danny,
Yeah,
don't
people
lie.
going nuts
Mind
over
blowing,
that.
man. Superman,
don't lie.
I'm gonna
Superman,
Yeah.
oh, wait till
So,
you.
you're having
Yeah.
sex. You're
And then
behind
you
her, and then you Superman.
Hey, that's
Yeah, so-
you know when you're having those moments like,
So
damn,
she-
is that what that was all those
So
years?
if there's a mirror in front of you, she goes, "Don't Superman me," and she goes, and then he's just like, "Yo."
Eminem had that Superman song as well. That was horrible.
Hey,
as well.
that was a
is
sick tune.
Probably one of the best tracks I've heard.
Yeah,
I
it's so
love that.
underrated.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's so underrated, but anyways, yeah,
this
go
all
on.
ties
Yeah.
into our. Believe it or not, I can't believe how well this ties in. Soldier Boy and everything we spoke about our best presents games console, because Soldier Boy is releasing a games console. Did you know that?
What?
Listen to the story and find out.
For now, we are sure that you are far more curious about the fact that Soldier Boy is not only still around, but has apparently launched a console. So let's just talk about that really quick.
First off, who is Soldier Boy, you might be asking? Well, Soldier Boy is a rapper who created the hit song Crank That back in 2007.
It's the Superman that, oh!
Yeah. And turns out he's actually a pretty avid gamer, attending events like E3 and others over the years. Not that that's really surprising to anyone, because everyone plays video games pretty much, especially people who grew up in the 90s and 2000s like Soldier Boy did. But what's this with him releasing a console? Is Soldier Boy an inventor?
Well, Elliot, technically, it's two consoles.
Wow.
And yes, they're real, and they're officially titled the Soldier Game Console and Soldier Game Handheld.
Great name. Great
Respectively.
brand.
The Soldier Game console is now listed on his official website. It kind of looks like a sort of knockoff Xbox One, and it's currently on sale for $149, and that's marked down from $199. Okay.
Great deal.
It comes with over 800 pre-installed games that come from various consoles in the past, like the PlayStation, the Neo Geo, Sega, Game Boy Advance, and even the NES. And its marketing materials, they show off a controller that looks almost identical to the one that you would find packaged with any era of PlayStation console, alongside images of characters from games like Tomb Raider and Tekken.
Wow.
I'm sure that the rights were secured at some point. Rights
Wow.
secured.
Must have some great lawyers over
Yeah.
there. Even more impressive is the Soldier Game Handheld, which features a full-color 3-inch display and comes loaded with 3,000 built-in games from systems like the ones that we previously mentioned, as well as games from the Switch, the 3DS, the Vita, the Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy.
Now, they say that on the website. I didn't check all 3,000 titles to see which ones were from the Switch, but getting a Switch game on this, impressive, Soldier Boy.
I mean, if Soldier Boy says so, I have no reason not
If
to
Soldier
trust
Boy
him.
tell them, they listen.
Soldier Boy found a way. Now you can even plug this bad boy into your TV as long as it has those old AV jacks that everyone used to use before HDMI took over. So, but what the fuck's going on here? And how was Soldier Boy able to get all these publishers to come together and give him the legal right to use their titles so they could all exist together on one magical console and handheld device?
He reached across the aisle.
Wow.
He Superman right across that aisle.
He reached across the aisle and reached into their pockets and took their wallet.
Yeah. So rebooted versions of old hardware, they're definitely a big thing right now with the success of the NES and Super NES Classics selling really well, and with Sony just releasing their PlayStation Classic out to the world. But while those companies have an easier job of creating versions of their previous consoles because they own or can secure the rights to titles that they can then load onto their updated versions, this is most obviously not the case with the Soldier consoles. They are literally just emulators built by a company called Ann Bernick that are sold on sites like Alibaba's AliExpress and Amazon for a fraction of the price that Soulja Boy is charging for his branded versions. There's obviously no game licensing going on at all, and companies like this, they usually just fly under the radar until the publishers go after them to protect their IP, and as with most things, it's basically whack-a-mole with stuff like this. But Soulja Boy definitely, at the very least, brought some big-time attention to these consoles and the company that makes them.
Wow, Soulja Boy, very cool.
He just, chooses to hilariously indicate that he developed this console or that it's his console.
Well, it is. He invented it. In a tweet sent out after debuting his new console to the world, Soulja Boy said, "To the first person that purchased my console, you just brought tears to my eyes. Tears of joy. Thank you so much for your support. I promise to continue my tech company and evolve it in the gaming world. I'm just a kid with a dream."
He's 28, but that's still a kid.
Kid with a dream. Obviously, this tweet sparked our interest.
Yeah.
We had to catch up on the other various tech innovations that Soulja Boy has been working on and selling to his eager fans. So, we went back to his website and found that not only are the consoles now up for sale there, but there are a few other items that you might recognize for sale as well, all at rock bottom prices, considering that you're getting a branded piece of tech.
So here you go. There's the totally not obviously a ripoff of Beats Soulja headphones. Those come in at around $40. The Soulja Pad Android tablet for $166. The totally not Apple AirPod knockoffs called the Soulja Pods for $10.
What do you got to lose?
Your money. The totally not an Apple Watch Soulja Watch for $20. And of course, the Soulja Phone HT70. That's a whopping $199.
You can't count Soulja Boy out. Soulja Boy, tell him. That's his name. Tell him. He's telling you how he's doing the business. So guys, there's an update to the story that I'll tell you in a minute. But what do you think about Soulja Boy doing his own console, man? He's doing it.
Yeah. I heard about this story and
Maybe you heard about the recent update then.
No, actually, I haven't heard about the updates. But yeah, from what I know, and I pretty much know what these guys covered essentially. First of all, they don't need to be so they don't need to be so smug and so snobbish. About
You don't mean so Jolie, huh?
Say that again.
He said he just took the piss out of me.
I didn't say anything. Go on, Stanley.
I just think it's not that weird. It's a celebrity trying to cash in on something.
True.
It's just lots of celebrities doing little things on the side.
And guess what? People fell for it.
Soulja Boy console, though. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
was lovely,
anyone with sense is not going to buy it. You're going to...
No, they did.
Well...
What?
I mean...
No, it's so.
How much? Yeah. Well, how much?
And the thing is, you know what? It's so sad. It's so sad, man. Do you know the only thing he did? Basically, just to clarify, I won't go over everything they said. This was a product already made by another company. It was already done.
He
didn't pay for money for
George
anything.
Foreman'd it.
He just bought it. Yeah, exactly. George Foreman did.
Right.
Put his name on it and sold it. But here's the thing.
Right.
He didn't touch the console at all. The only thing he did was the packaging, the box.
Okay.
And it's double the price. The original people selling it on their website for half the price.
Wow.
They're literally buying it for the box.
Right.
The Soulja Boy. There's not even a logo on the like a Soulja Boy. He couldn't even spend money on custom paint job. Nothing. Just the cardboard box. Except for double the price.
Okay.
And he's tweeting people about. Here's the thing: people bought it for novelty and to make videos and stuff like that. But a lot of people did buy it as well because they don't know any fucking better. And some people just, Soulja Boy, oh my God, he did a console. And he, some of them do look like some people don't know about retro consoles. Some people don't know about this stuff. Some people, and here's the reason why I bring it up at Christmas. Some people are going to go out, some parents that, what am I going to buy a Switch for £300 and a PS4 for £400? What's this? Soulja Boy, he's got this console, what, 700 games? Oh my God. It looks like a console and it's just $100?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Kids, happy Christmas.
If you hated your child, then yeah.
Hey, but kids ain't played all those hundreds of Nintendo, Sega games. So Soulja Boy,
yeah,
it's in the business.
Just even the name itself. If my friends saw that,
the Soulja console,
they're like, "You got Soulja Boy console? How bad are things at home?
Are you okay?
Is everything okay? Like his 20 quid.
So I won't string you guys long. So the update is he's probably going to prison for this. Nintendo have charged him with copyright fraud.
I was gonna say there might be some. Well, now just put Mario Kart on my. Are you serious? I mean,
yeah, Nintendo taken to court because they've got Nintendo. Nintendo have been very they've taken on a lot of this year. They've taken down some big emulator sites as well, and they've taken it. And he's been charged, I think, with 10 years possible prison.
But I mean, there would have been someone.
Hold on. I've got something for Soldier Boy right here.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Oh man, you are rubbing it into him.
What do you mean?
Well,
Look, the guys. The thing is, This shouldn't be a PSA because I don't think there's any ignorant adults out there buying knockoff consoles. But if they are, and they are, and that's a very like small percentage. But then on top of that, if you're a Soulja Boy fan, on top of that, and you're like, this guy's name behind it, I gotta get behind it because a lot of people will fall for that. It's a brand artist. He released a console, and even if you tell them that he's doing it for some other company, but but still he must be doing it legitimately because he's a well-known artist. My kids love him, or they loved him back when he was relevant. So people are falling for this.
Yeah, of all the rappers out there, if you said Soulja Boy, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
true.
You know, I'd be like, yeah,
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, there's one more update I got to tell you about this though. So obviously,
Little Zane, if he did that.
So Soulja Boy is taking it in jest that Nintendo will sort it out. Don't worry, but he started up a new company now. Soulja Boy is getting into gaming heavily. Soulja Boy is starting his own esports company.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to get into esports now.
Yeah, there's money in it. Yeah.
Really? Is he like the Trump of the rap world or something? Is he just putting
That's
his
giving
name?
him a lot of credit, dude.
No,
Even calling him Trump is a lot of credit.
No, but in terms of you put your name on some piece of shit thing, and that's what Trump did.
I guess.
Yeah.
No, I think
no one's gonna be like, I need that Trump steak now. But yeah, it's the same Soulja Boy. It's just like,
I mean, he's not even like a relevant like artist or rapper. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. I'd love to know exactly how many copies he sold of that thing.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that a number of them would have been for people to make videos out of it or to do something gimmicky. I can't imagine there would have been many people that were like, I want to get that console for the nostalgia, to enjoy it, kind of thing. But yeah,
yeah, I don't even know how you can market that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But what you just said about the update, I'm very surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. No, not that one. The first one about how he's gonna get taken
10 years.
Yeah,
I'm just like, did he not like? I know he's probably not as wealthy as he was like 10 years ago.
I think that's definitely a given. Yeah.
But surely you had like
One
some
lawyer.
kind of legal.
Not even a lawyer, just a guy.
This might not be a good idea.
You know what I think? Because
past in the street, he'd be like, no, you
these
can't
companies have been selling these emulator consoles for years.
Yeah.
So I think he thought he can jump in, and because he's like not Drake, he thought maybe I'm low level enough to get in this, double the price, and get in, get out with 3 or 5 years or something like that.
Try and do a 50
Yeah,
cent.
he's really low level to the point that when I first heard about this story, I was like, I'm surprised people are even like covering this, like in the gaming industry. I feel like I was surprised that they're like, oh, Soulja Boy, I'm gonna talk about that.
Novelty. It's all novelty. Novelty. So, well, we'll see what Soulja Boy does. This, the next update I want to hear is that he's serving time. Just for my own statistic.
Oh man,
lesser people have served time. By the way, lesser courts have served time for this. So if he
goes all full circle, someone may Superman him.
Oh, by the way. By the way,
someone ends up from the cell. Someone just says "you," and it's like,
they start playing the sound on the bars.
Yeah, the guards are like, poor Soulja Boy being Superman again by Block D.
Tell him.
All right, let's move on. Let's get back to the Christmas voicemails. We got another one here, and then we're going back and forth. But this is fun. Let's continue the fun.
Hi guys, just wanted to know what some of your Christmas traditions are. What do you usually do at Christmas every year?
Boy, should I go first with this one?
Yeah,
because I'm a downer. So I'll go first.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple of years ago, I decided that I'm not going to Christmas with my family anymore.
Oh, you really are a downer, aren't you? Jeez. Scrooge McDuck over here.
Oh my God, how bad are they?
You got another question. Thanks, Stanley. You answered another question. You're upcoming.
Okay.
So let's just forget you said that. Look, man, the family Christmases, and you hear a lot of people say this, man. It became nothing but arguments.
Oh, true.
Like my parents and the siblings never got along enough. So Christmas time would always be the time to catch up and air grievances.
Oh, yes, Christmas time is here. Now we can finish that
Open
argument that
My
we had.
bones. Let me pick my bones with the chicken bones
Oh, my days.
with everybody.
Oh my!
And after 25 years, man, I had enough. So about 5 years ago, I said I can't spend Christmas with you. And actually, there was one time in particular. It was horrible. It was my brother, my dad, and it was mad. I don't even want to mention.
They went what? They just went straight in.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Proper character
When they
assassination.
were carving the turkey.
Yeah, before,
get halfway.
during, and after, man.
Oh, gosh.
Holding the knife back.
And even, I'm not gonna lie, I'm only saying this, and it's true. I'm not joking this time. Even brought a tear to my eye. That's how bad it got, man.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck this. I'd rather spend Christmas alone. And you know what? The next year, I was working security and I got double pay. I got £300.
Wow.
And I got a cooked meal, and the building was empty. And I watched anime when I was at my work, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. I'm getting paid. I got corporate dinner. I'm watching anime. I got peace of fucking mind. And I'm a grown ass adult. And then my mum and dad would be like, oh, why'd you come into Christmas? Why the fuck do you think? Because I'm fucking miserable. That's why.
I was going to say that story was depressing, but that actually does sound like a nice Christmas.
Yeah.
You said you got
And
double
he told me, I was
pay,
like,
corporate
what?
dinner.
You got to have corporate dinner
watch
and watch
TV
and
all
chill
day.
the fuck out.
There was
Oh
no
my
one in the
God.
building, corporate dinner, anime, triple pay.
Wow.
I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, they got him in Bercy for Christmas Day. You know what I mean?
Triple
Like, for the
pay,
very
security.
least.
Yeah.
So after
Yeah.
that, and then obviously I left security, and then I just spent Christmas cooking for myself, and then it's been heaven ever since heaven. But I'll tell you this. Here's a little caveat to this. So I felt bad for my mum because she was never really the culprit. She never really caused that much trouble,
Right.
even though she did enjoy watching from the sidelines. To be perfectly honest with you, enjoy. So what I decided that I'll do, I will spend a Christmas period with them. Before Christmas, we'll have a dinner that isn't Christmas, weekend close, like a week before. Just hang around.
Oh, okay.
And count that as like the Christmas time get together, but never be around between the 5 days of
But
Christmas.
wouldn't the same stuff happen though the week before?
Nope. Do you know why?
Why?
Because my dad will always be working.
Oh, so he's too tired to argue when he gets
Okay.
Correct. Because it's the only day my
Alright.
dad decides to stay home because there's nothing open on Christmas Day. I love you, Dad.
Wow, you're definitely not going to this one then. Yeah. You know,
Alright.
what? Yeah.
No, I've got other plans.
I've got a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
questions.
Well, of course you're not going to go to it. But yeah.
First of all, what was open on Christmas Day that you were doing security? Was it like a pub or something?
It's some sort of
No.
office. It says office buildings.
Office buildings, they cook corporate dinners
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
security guards. They give
Yeah.
us the dinners for free. They cook.
Those corporate buildings are pretty
the
much
buildings have their
24/7.
own
yeah.
cafes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
even if they're not in, they will cook pre-cooked dinner for the
Yeah.
whole staff for the security company. So they're not only that, if you work security in a building, people
Honestly.
are giving you money. Like
Yeah.
they feel bad for you. Oh, you spending Christmas securing the building. Oh, have a dinner.
Just put
oh,
on a
have
super
cake.
sad face.
Yeah, don't even
Yeah.
have to.
Get the
You
homeless
know
sign
what's
out.
even worse? Smile.
Have a picture of your family there. You
No.
know, have some
No,
kids.
no.
You know. Oh, I can't see them. Of course, it's
Act like doing it is the most happiest thing that you could ever do. Like I'm so glad to work in the Christmas. Like, you sad fool. Here's a cake, man. They look at you like, wow, is this how good your life is? Guys, take £50. You're happy to do this. I know you're crying inside. Here's £50. Guard my building. Here's some food. They would just keep on piling. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
You
like
cracked
it's-
it.
Oh, that was amazing.
sounds like a great day. Actually. You sold this so well.
How you
wow.
turn it around, yeah.
Wow, yeah. Well, you know, I don't celebrate it that much. Do you like? What was the question for Christmas? What was the worst
What's
Christmas
our
one?
Christmas traditions? What do
Oh,
we do?
traditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just so yeah. For in the early morning when we get up, we'll do gift exchange usually. If we do gifts, because I don't really do gifts. We haven't done gifts for a couple of years. And then from there we'll cook food right up until the afternoon because we go overkill with the
Nice.
food, and then we eat the food. And then we sleep. And one tradition that always happens without fail is that we'll watch a Pixar movie.
Oh.
That's
Cool.
good. Yeah.
Like Incredibles or Finding Nemo or something. So but yeah, this year I'm planning to do that, but also fit in as many movies as possible. But I always end up sleeping. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll
No.
see. We'll see.
Before, me and my family, because you know what? Even if you're not celebrating Christmas, I mean, the whole world is, well, the whole country shut
You
down.
kind of end up doing something.
All the family are together anyways, so we just ate a lot of food and watched TV just to see what good movies were on.
Yeah, because that's when all the good movies.
That's when all the good movies are on. Yeah,
like 1 to 5.
They'd put them on BBC One, even though it could be a great movie you've seen 100 times. When you see it on a particular channel, you'd be like,
and at Christmas there.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god, this feels like Christmas Day. Yeah,
oh, this is fantastic.
But recently with my wife, she wants to go. My mother-in-law goes to church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so they're all singing hymns, and they're like, "Do you want to come along?" And I was like, "That doesn't seem like a question." So I go, and then and you just
It
hear.
is a question. It's a double question. Do you want to come? Do you like your life? Are you happily married now?
I was like, this is what Jesus meant by sacrifice.
Exactly.
So then I went there to church, and then I hear people, sing, Christian hymns in French.
Oh, you went?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah. I've been the
okay.
past couple of years. Yeah,
that is,
and it's there's old ladies who are trying to outsing each other. That's what I always found. I love the competition. and you just can't help but crack up. And I was like, who is this tall black guy just laughing at our most deepest sacred traditions? And I'm like, this is all ridiculous. But yeah, that's my tradition there.
Okay, well, that was all pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed our answer.
Oh gosh, that's the most backhanded thing ever. No, but your one was actually the best one. Your one genuinely sounds amazing. I think I might consider that. Just find
a change of career.
All you have to do is alienate your family. I mean, it's a small price.
Oh my god, you're selling this to me even more and more by the second. Wow.
All right, you know what? Let's go to the next voicemail, which is again a newer voicemailer. Someone I've been waiting to. Come on, I want to hear you give us a voicemail. Someone I really appreciate, and you know what? Bringing up a topic I've really wanted to cover, and actually, old boy wants to cover this as well. I'll get into details why later, but hear the voicemail first. We'll discuss it, and then I'll talk about what old boy wants to do in relation to this.
Hello, good morning. Loving the podcast. To be fair, I've missed out on a couple, but yes, I'm hoping you can help me. I have recently found out that the person I love loves somebody else. I know it sounds cliche, but it is the reality. And I don't know what your opinions on that are. And with Brexit happening, I'm thinking, is there any correlation between my love life and politics? But I know. So thank you. Peace and love from Laura.
Ah, Laura, Jolie, you know Laura, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel this is the first time I'm hearing this, so I feel genuinely bad. Actually, that sounds really bad.
No, we're going to discuss the topic, but before that, I do want to say, old boy wants me to put this out there that he wants to do an episode on dating. He actually wants to do an episode just dating voicemails, relationship advice, that kind of thing. I don't mind. I've been through a lot of shit. I've mentioned some of it.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So maybe we can make it a mini series or something. So I definitely would love to do that. So we're going to tackle this one right now. She's kind of in the other quite a love scenario. And I got a story for everything, don't I? I got a story about that as well. Yeah. But I'll let you guys go first. You guys got any advice, any thoughts, any like previous experiences like this?
I know, I'm trying to get the Steve Harvey spirit out of me now. Think like a man, all that relationship advice.
He's meant to be the brain of women.
What was the connection between with Brexit and her and her love life being a shit show at the same time? In that way, well, obviously. Yeah, it's what I mean. What I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff. If I'm honest.
I guess you've always loved people that have loved you back, Jolie. I think that's what Jolie said. Stanley, let's move on to you first.
Someone's loved someone else there. You just say, okay, that's pretty shitty, and it's obviously heartbreaking. As long as you don't show it to a lot of people, that's the main thing.
I love this blasé answer.
Sounding like a typical man right now.
It is so blasé.
Don't show it to people. Obviously, you got your loved ones there who can help you out there, but you don't want to hang on to it too long. Eventually, you have to dust yourself off and try again.
And that's why he's a comedian and not the person.
It's true.
Stanley, can you help this
I just quoted Aaliyah. How more romantic can I get, man? Shit.
I'm glad that she knows you, She actually knows you. You know what I mean?
So, singing dust yourself off.
So let me get this straight, and I don't know if you guys might be able to fill me in, but so there was someone she loved,
No, she loves.
She loves someone.
Yeah.
But they love someone else.
Yeah, that's
that's what she says.
And is this something that she's kind of like kept to herself, or
I don't know.
Like,
That's
Are they
something I
still
don't know.
together?
She's done like she's not with the guy, or maybe she is. I don't know. You guys are actually
You
filling
see,
in the
it
blanks
sounds
now.
like exactly. It sounds very
Well,
great.
either or, it's a
Because-
horrible feeling.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to
'cause-
assume that she's not with the guy. That she just
Yeah.
loves him, because I think it would be framed differently if she was. I'm in a relationship with a guy.
No,
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Either or. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
no, it's obviously.
It sounds like
it's
she.
devastating.
It sounds like she had a super big crush on this guy, or love, in fact.
You know what, Stanley? Let me stop you there, because I'm glad you brought this up, because let me jump into my story a bit and you can feed off me, Stanley. So
Okay.
when I was younger, I was in love with this girl, and we had everything in common, and everyone in our class was like, you guys just fit like a hand in glove. I mean, you guys just didn't use that term, by the way. Very antiquated. Not cool. They would just say you're a loser if I use that term. They were just saying you guys are a perfect match. You guys, definitely ask her, da da da. And our relationship was so fucking weird, because she didn't like me that way, but I kept on thinking to myself, I could kind of make her over time.
Oh yeah, you can
Not by
never-
doing anything strenuous or doing anything crazy. Just like if she gets to know me more, if we spend more time together, if we become really good friends, and then past that, and then it was just really bad. And I decided to actually tell her. I brought it to my house one day, and I just told her, and then I could just see it wasn't reciprocated, obviously.
Wait, how old were you?
16,
Okay.
17.
Yeah, proceed.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't reciprocated, but I think she was confused with how she felt about me, because she didn't. I still can't quantify our relationship, because I know she didn't like me how she liked other guys, but she did want to be more than friends.
Oh,
But
okay.
guys are very black and white,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it got to the point where I didn't. And then she was seeing other people anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but she still wanted to see me, spend time with me.
yeah.
I hope she never hears the podcast. She was, because I'm going to tell you something that is going to make her sound. I'll let you decide.
Uh-huh.
After I told her I loved her, she still would hang out, and then at one point she said that we should go on holiday together,
What?
even though she was with someone else.
Oh, okay.
It's very strange. Yeah.
And then that's when I just started to realize that.
Holiday.
Yeah, like what kind of holiday? Are we
Yeah, I was
talking
gonna
about?
say. I
Bitch,
mean,
just out of the country.
Oh.
She wanted to treat me. Let's go on holiday, and obviously I was just like, this is bizarre. This girl doesn't really love me, but she wants to spend time with me.
Yeah.
She spent me sleeping at her house. Just everything but. She wanted to do everything but cross the line. So anyway, I came to the conclusion that there's a difference between being in love, because I think when someone, I don't want to get scientific or technical here, when someone loves you back, I think you're in love. Like you experience that both.
Yeah.
It's a different level.
Yeah,
But when you
yeah.
just like someone, like you said, Stanley, a super crush, and you say you love someone, I don't think that's love until they love you back. To me, I don't want to call it love.
yeah, it's
Because to
difference
me-
between love and obsession. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I said thank you.
And infatuation. But
Yeah.
but I think I think you can.
I'll give Laura advice as well, but that's
Yeah.
just from my personal experience. It was honestly, it was a horrible experience.
You're in the friend zone. That's what it was.
Well, no,
Like-
I don't think it was, because
It was different.
if she went up to the guy she was saying, I'm just gonna go on holiday with my male friend.
Yeah.
For the thing, I
And
would
she
be
told him.
like, what? She? I mean, well,
But nothing happened.
what is she? Polyamorous? Is that how they say it? Yeah.
No, but
like
she didn't want to get physical with me either.
Oh,
And I knew.
wow,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know,
So basically,
man.
what I did was I told her we can't be friends at all.
What?
I
Okay.
completely cut. I'm like, this is absolute nonsense.
Well, that shows that there's a lot of emotion. It was from your end there. You just didn't want to.
That's
Yes,
you
yeah.
probably made a good decision, I reckon, because then it just
I did,
would've,
and then
like,
she
messed
really
it
hit,
up.
and then I really hurt. She's like, why'd I have to cut her out of my life? And I'm just immature, and she's right. But to be honest, it's
No,
what I
but-
need.
No,
you
I
know,
don't think so. I don't.
you know,
yeah.
it's a- it's
You are
emotionally
you're
difficult, fraught
exactly.
situation.
You're entitled to, like, if it's not gonna be, if that person doesn't reciprocate, and like you don't you want to be more than just friends, then what's the point?
Yeah, she wouldn't say
keeping-
no.
We sound like girlfriends. Like, you're fine, babe. You made the right
No,
decision.
no,
you know, but I agree.
You know?
Weird.
You did the right thing. babe.
I'm gonna get to Laura. I'm just trying to relate her to me, because I
No,
don't know
I
if she
get
did.
it.
Because
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
is that this girl in particular, wouldn't say she didn't love me. She would say she does, but it's not the same. And I got sick of the
Yeah,
grey
that's-
area. I got
it's-
so sick
Yeah.
of this grey bullshit, and I'm like, you know what? And honestly, from that point on, I actually came to the conclusion men and women can't be friends. And I say it to everyone I know because I always say, you know what happens? There's only one condition that you can, if you're already in a relationship, then you can be platonic if you're with someone else. But if you're open and you're with someone you're interested with,
even then,
it's like a scale. I always think at some point, one side or the other is going to go down. Now, let's relate to Laura because I went on this whole spiel about me.
Yeah.
Laura, she says he's not for someone else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Confront him straight away. Put yourself in the competition and tell him, I love you, because honestly, I hate lingering. After this, I became very, very apt and very succinct about dating after that. Because this was years in the making, by the way. This is what I told you, me and Skell was like 4 years, was back and forth, waiting for her, all that. And I said, I'm never, ever doing that again. Don't waste your time. There's always other people. I don't believe in one soulmate anyway, but if I'm honest with you, I think there's a lot of people you can have a great relationship with. So if you haven't told the person you love them, tell them straight away, see how it goes, and just move on because life is short. You don't want to be messed around. And I will say this, guys are trash. Guys will fuck you around. Guys who like to keep women and stuff like that. I hate to say
Men
this,
ain't shit.
a lot of guys play games with women. It's not the same. Women are more succinct than guys. Don't let the guy mess you around. Find out if he loves you. If you already know whether he does or he doesn't, just go forward. Don't stand still. Don't wait for no one. You're worth more, and that's my advice.
That's incredibly uplifting, man. What do you think, Sam?
I think that she needs to definitely speak to the guy, tell him the truth, for goodness sakes. Just come out. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but especially if it's something you've been nursing and keeping to yourself for a long time. But it's for your peace of mind because you need to know. And he needs to know because you never know. Because sometimes when you know that someone feels a certain way about you, it wakes something up in you. All of a sudden, you see them differently. So if she hasn't told the guy, then she ought to. If it's a case that the guy knows, then that stink. That really sucks. I can't say I've not necessarily been in that situation myself, but I've been in similar, and I can definitely see how that would feel. And in that situation, she would just need to kind of eat it up, heal, do what she needs to do to kind of wake herself up to the fact that this guy is into someone else, he's not into me, and then move on. So there's plenty. It's that cliche line. There's plenty of fish in the sea, but it's true.
That's it. Extract yourself. Get the fuck out of there. That's it.
100%.
So Jody, you definitely haven't got no love. You've never been like in I'm quite a relationship. You love someone, didn't love you back, or were chasing someone that didn't love you, was in a relationship before.
No, I mean I've liked girls that played. I think many women can attest that I've liked them and they haven't loved me back. But
I can attest to this.
Yes.
Different postcodes.
If I asked them to send their voicemails, they would be. Yeah, I think it would be overloaded with it. But no, I was just saying, when you're growing up, you have there's been times when I've liked a girl and she and really liked her and it hasn't worked out in that way, and I did take a lesson as you did. I was just like, well, don't put yourself in a situation where if you find yourself in that and you feel it, then you just kind of have to spend less time with that person, kind of remove yourself from the situation, because hope can be a great thing, but it could also really kill your spirits. It can really mess you up. Be like, well, I could, maybe, and I still hope, and then you end up with egg on your face, and like,
because what happens is they start to get drunk on that power, and it just
they know it as well. They're like, what?
Games.
We're just being friends.
You know what I mean?
She did. In my case, she definitely did. I bought
why
her stuff.
Why are you being so weird with me for?
Yeah.
I don't get it. We were just hanging out.
All of that.
I was just,
like, really?
And then, and they'll do something.
I like you.
I know. You just be hanging out. It's just like, I just saw Tyrone. I'm just going to go hang out with him. I'll catch up with you later. You're like, what the fuck? The littlest things,
my gosh.
Would you believe that she was even more heartbroken than me when I said we can't be friends anymore?
No.
No, but a lot of my friends said that.
I don't think she was heartbroken. She was more. She would have been sad, but at the same time, a bit of it would have been like. I
remember seeing her put posts about. She let it be known that I fucked her up, basically. So.
Oh, come on!
I know. This was a whole fucking. It sounds mad, doesn't it? It sounds.
But yeah, I mean, but she can't begrudge you from that. She can't be like, she can't blame you for that. She has to. Have a period of introspection and also empathy, and just say like, well, actually, I get why he's doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did now. We haven't spoken for over. Well, she reconnected with me 9 years later when she was having her first kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like,
you dodged that bullet then, eh? Yeah. So.
you know what? I was gonna lead in something else, but
I'm joking.
No, you was happy. But I was gonna. It's getting a bit too personal for her. I'm putting her shit out there.
Oh, you realize you're dropping bombs.
Even saying she got pregnant, reached out to me. I actually said a bit more than I should have. So
yeah.
That
was 9 years ago. That was the last time.
The last time I talked was 9 years ago. And to be honest with you,
would you get in contact with her again?
You know what?
Oh, would you initiate it?
I've been thinking about it just because I feel like it's a failing of me as a man. Just like, why can't we just be friends? Even though I honestly think there's always going to be something, and I think she kind of holds something against me. I just think, why can't I be that mature and just get over and just be friends? We can't. That's so water under the bridge.
I would say, why not? I mean, you've gone beyond that point.
No, I won't. You know, I know for a fact we will talk again. I know for a fact we will.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to just not have.
Yeah, but don't leave it like when you're real.
And she checked
real
on me 9 years after we stopped talking. Like there was a 9 year gap, and then she's, how you doing? And I thought, and then I was like, and then she actually, this is where I feel really bad. She was like, do you think we can be friends again? Like it's been nearly a decade, and I was like, you know what? I think it's best that we just keep.
Look, what that sounds like to me is like, is it okay if you can give me attention again? Like I enjoy.
No. You know what?
Stan.
You know what, Stanley?
You cold-hearted motherfucker.
You know what, Stanley? in the back of my mind, you know what? She was. I just felt like for me to say I wasn't ready, just mean I hadn't gotten over it. Right. And now it's been 18 years now.
All right.
Fucking old.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, she's her kid's old now. It's probably 10 or something.
You know what I mean?
Well,
weird, man.
Just why not? Why not? Why not try?
No, I will.
Why not try? What's the worst that could happen?
Do you know what? And I'm gonna.
He falls in love.
You know, I'm just waiting until I'm really successful when I'm rich. Like, yeah, bitch. like Dave Chappelle's I'm rich, bitch. I made it.
Oh man,
so I still haven't made it yet. That's
this
why
could have been you. But you were playing.
No, I'm sorry I made that one so much about me, but I can relate.
Literally.
This is the problem. I can relate.
Yeah.
And I don't think mine's proper intense, proper insane.
It's sad because I know her. She's a really good woman, and
Laura, don't be like me.
And she doesn't deserve that.
No. Laura's such a positive and energetic spirit. And by the way, wicked YouTube channel, Bin Edgy, Nigerian comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Hella. And I say Nigerian comedy because she uses the language. There's a specific base for the comedy as well.
All right.
So
have I met this girl one time?
You've been to Sunday service?
Yeah.
She did ushering.
She was a camera lady.
Oh, is she the one that came here one time?
Yes, that's her. Yes, correct. Yes, there you go.
So yeah.
Correct. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's so funny, man. This is a short question that fucking Stanley. Stanley might have mentioned something. Just ignore him.
Okay.
Right? And I get to answer first.
Season greetings, Von Crew. Tegan here with just asking a silly little trivia question. And that is, within the crew of you guys, who would you say is either a Scrooge, or at least to an extent, a Grump Grinch in your group? Just have fun with this one, guys. That's all I'll say. Take care.
You guys are Scrooges. End the story.
No way, Jose.
Let's just end it there.
Hell nah, man. Ain't no Scrooge. To be honest, I'm literally going to echo what you said. I literally think I'm the least Scrooge person here. You guys can find it out for that title.
No, well.
Man, sometimes you guys...
You have your say.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, okay, what did people say when we had that episode on homeless people?
Why are you trying to get evidence now?
Trying to get those receipts.
What do people say when this, that, and the other?
What fictitious survey are you coming up with there?
There was one where we had Simon on.
Yeah. It was Joe Lead. Joe Lee was the Scrooge in the Cruise.
So he was like,
he was saying he doesn't want anyone to be happy, and they don't deserve money. He doesn't care if they got the
homeless people.
Yeah, he doesn't care if they got the thing on their neck for the contactless payment. He was like, "Fuck them."
I must have been on point. I agree with every point.
I'm not a different person, so you know.
Well, I mean, I would be a Scrooge if I had something, to give away. So I mean, if you're
trying to go even deeper, I'd be a Scrooge, but I ain't got shit.
Yeah,
so I don't need to be a Scrooge.
That's it.
So
just miserable. How about that? Yeah, that's the same. No, who's the Scrooge? God. Well, yeah, it takes a while to get some water out of this guy. Just
let me tell you the Scrooges.
Some food.
Wait, is that Jolene or Soldier?
It's only Jolene. He's a super Scrooge.
No, he's right. I've already stolen his boobs already, so no, I'd agree with you.
Pillow.
Yeah, it's all right. It's being a Scrooge. No, I'm being prudent. Okay, that's the
Something
word.
a Scrooge
Better
would say.
word to use.
Yeah, that's it.
Something it's Scrooge vocabulary. Right
Financially cautious.
Prudent, frugal.
That's it. Yes, that is it. I love that word, frugal. By the way.
Look, man, I come across as a Scrooge. All right, I'm just real. All right.
Okay. All right, we'll use that word. Real.
Jolene.
Triggered.
Okay. You've been pissing me off with your comments all day, all right? Why can't you just get lost in the train station again?
That old chestnut.
Jesus. Sounds like...
We're all
mother.
Scrooges, T-Kun. Haven't you
Come on.
noticed? And
Yeah.
Salmon had one of the worst ones as well. That's why he's not here. Jesus Christ. Me and him, we killed each other last time, innit?
That was a funny episode. Yeah, we had a good laugh. Yeah.
All right, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to... Nuance in a fake fucking news. I've got a story time from Nuance.
All right, go on then.
Everyone loves her. I do not like the story. I do not appreciate the story. It's fake news. I'm going to play it because it's Christmas time. And then I need to perk myself up. So after this, we're going to actually play that game. There's 3 of us here. It's Christmas time. We got to play a game.
Yes.
And then we're going to wrap up the show with some last Eve voicemails. And so Nuance, you can have your little bloody story, which is fake news. Why don't I have that on my soundboard? Fake news. I can't do the Trump sound.
are fake news.
You are fake news.
Hi guys, this is Nuance here. Listen, the last message I sent you guys was pretty stressful. I was in flames. So I thought this time, as it's the end of the year, I'll send a little story time. A little story time story. Okay. So I have a really big family, and I had the typical tyrant older brother and the typical jokester younger brother. So one time my youngest brother decided to do something. I don't know what he did, but he did something to upset my older brother, and he was scared that he was going to get beat up. So me being a dutiful sister that I am, I decided that I would hide him from my older brother so he wouldn't find him and beat him up. So we were running around our house at the time looking for somewhere to hide him, and I saw this bag. It was like a travel bag. And he was so small. I was like, you can hide in this travel bag. And I will hide you in the travel bag, put you in the wardrobe. No one's going to find you. It's going to be fine. He's not going to find you. So he was like, yeah. And jumped in the travel bag, right? And I zipped him up. So I zipped him up, put him in the travel bag, put him in the wardrobe. And that was it, So then I went downstairs to watch, I don't know, I watched TV or something, and I fell asleep, Next thing, all I hear is, like this, And I was like, what the hell is that? And then I remembered that I had stuck my brother in a luggage bag in the wardrobe, So I ran upstairs to go get him out, And basically he's suffocating in the bag,
Triggered.
So I'm trying to unzip him, but obviously because he's got proper afro, mash up, picky head, his hair gets stuck in the zipper, So I'm trying to pull the zipper and he's screaming, he can't breathe. I can't pull the zipper because his hair's stuck in it. So in the end, I had to go and get like scissors, and cut a hole in his hair to get him out of the bag. So I had to make like a big ball patch. So when I finally unzipped him, he had this like big ball patch on his head, and he was like all hot, suffocating and stuff. But he survived, obviously, because he is sitting right next to you right now. So just want to say, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm sending you guys all the positivity in the world.
Oh my God.
I love you, Jess. You're doing a fantastic job. Keep it up, guys. Keep giving me them things that are going to send me in flames, See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, you guys are cute.
Oh my God, she was that close to going to prison.
being a doting sister to a murderous one.
Wow, these life stories are explaining so much about you. This is insane.
Literally.
This whole thing's a conspiracy. This is fake news. Never happens.
My word.
Brainwashed, fake memories, implanted nonsense. Guys, don't believe these lies.
I'm not so sure.
Don't believe these stories. Some things, actually, I think I have to bleep out certain parts of that message. Do you know what I mean?
No, you gotta put it. It's legit.
Yeah. Your life is like a collage of horrors.
Good damn you. Fake news.
Oh my god, that was so good. Wow.
You guys should do something. You should recreate it this Christmas.
Honestly,
You sick fuck.
honestly, you should honestly make a short film about that. That would genuinely be funny.
Oh man.
You can narrate it and everything.
Guys, I'm so glad you enjoyed that little story time. But now it's time to play the Wheel of Conversation. That name is still pending because it could be better. So we're going to spin some wheels. Last time it was me, Jolie, and Red Raven. We love you, Red Raven. When you coming back? But we got Stanley Ike here. We got the team. So we're going to do it this way. So how this works, guys, I know you can't see it. We've got 2 random generated wheels and we're just going to have some fun. We're going to spin some wheels, going to bring up the categories, and then we're going to see what it is. So anyway, the first wheel is a category of TV shows, music, celebrities, da-da-da-da-da-da. So we're going to spin the wheel and then we're going to choose the category. So just let's spin the wheel and then you guys will get it. So let's have a spin. This is what we're going to be talking about. The wheel is spinning.
All right, let's go.
What's it going to land on?
Come on, lucky day.
Okay, yeah.
That's true. They can't see it, can they? So.
What? Oh,
songs? We got TV. We got TV twice.
What?
If you get a third time, then we just have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yay! Yay! This is great.
All right. TV shows are getting right.
We got a celebrity. So basically, the first wheel has one celebrity. So we have to pick a celebrity at random. Music, celebrity, actor, anyone super famous, even if it's even if it's a stupid internet star, just someone that is very well known, so we can all kind of bank off them. I'm going to pick Tom Hanks.
Johnny?
Is that Logan Paul?
Really? Okay.
I just saw him on the news the other day.
Interesting pick.
All
okay. Right. Since you went with that way, I'll go with music. I'll pick Drake.
Okay. Tom Hanks, Logan Paul. Not even Jake Paul, and Drake, the musical sensation. All right, so now we know. You know what? What I did last time was when we got the categories, I asked how we feel about them, but I'm going to do it backwards.
All right.
I'll tell you what I mean. So now you've got who we're going to pick. We're going to spin the wheel. This second wheel is going to force us to talk about them in a certain way. So the second wheel is going to force us to talk about our choices in a certain way, and I will tell you right now.
Oh my god, I'm regretting my decision.
Oh my god.
Wait, are they the same thing?
Deserved to be worshipped.
Got you. What's the other deserved?
We didn't get that, so there's no need to look at it.
Okay,
you didn't get that one, okay?
All right.
So now I've got to pick why Tom Hanks deserves to be worshipped.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
Jolie Fab's got to pick why Logan Paul, the scourge of YouTube, has got to be worshipped. And Stanley's got to pick why Drake, the musical sensation. So this is payback for last time Jolie, remember? Tom Hanks deserves to be worshipped. He's made some of the greatest movies of all time. I mean, obviously the one that comes to mind, people think is Forrest Gump. People love Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. His last movie, Sully, about the airplane pilot who maneuvered and saved real life. That was and it was a true story. This guy's empowering real, and even Captain Phillips, another marvelous movie by Tom Hanks. Oh my God. The Terminal, Jesus Christ, Philadelphia.
Kid. Was it Kid?
Big. Thank you.
Wrong noun.
Thank you for me that bone. Big. I mean, he makes movies that inspire us, that are touching. He did that movie. A lot of people love that movie about Walt Disney saving Mr. Banks, about the making of Mary Poppins as well. The guy, they call, isn't his name?
Voice of Woody as well.
Voice of Woody, Toy Story. Oh my God, this guy is the American dad. Isn't that what they call him?
He's the dad of America.
The dad of America, most beloved. He's everything a respectable actor should be. And you know what? Most importantly, Tom Hanks hasn't been part of the Me Too movement. I mean, come on!
Round of applause for Tom Hanks.
You know what I mean? Where's my round of applause?
You know,
Tom Hanks is the absolute genius. He's a great man. I love him.
He has poor range though.
Wow! Hold on.
Johnny comes in straight. Oh man!
Just play bad guy for once, alright? Can't he play a piece of shit just for once?
There was an interesting movie I watched where he was playing like, what was it called? The Circle, where he was like a bad.
He was like Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
that was last year.
He was like a Steve Jobs character.
Wasn't that poorly reviewed?
It was poorly reviewed actually. But
So,
you diversified.
Well,
You tried it, Jody. You tried to take me down, but you know what? Enough about me.
no, that proved my point. He tested his acting chops and he doesn't have it.
He can't hack it.
He did. No, he tried. So I think enough about me, Sonny. Let's move on to Jody and why Logan Paul deserves to be worshipped.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
No, he deserves to be worshipped because I'm still surprised he's still alive from no one killing him. he has poked the whole world enough in the eye to say, "What are you gonna do?" And still nothing's happened for me worthy of him, to still be alive. I mean, it's actually in the didn't he have a boxing fight? There is his name came to my mind. Was he in a boxing fight with another YouTube star?
He was KSI. Correct.
KSI.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, who on earth would watch this, right? And it was one of the most viewed things ever,
These
right?
YouTube kids, man.
So how this guy, who's some classic piece of shit Beverly Hills bully, has made it to that level. Hey, something to worship, bro.
So you
like it or not?
I like the way you worded that. I'm gonna give you a couple of points for trying to pull that off. You know what I mean? So, all right, Stanley Ike. Why does Drake, the musical sensation, apparently deserve to be worshipped?
Yeah, Drake deserves to be worshipped because he has simply single-handedly almost kind of turned the hip-hop industry or the rap industry
into pussies
on its head.
Girl, I feel so soft.
Do you know
girl, I can sing and rap. Oh, Drake, I can sing and rap.
To be honest, I'm trying to talk about why it deserves to be worshipped, but it's not been all positive. There's been certain people he's kind of brought in, but in terms of his music style, he's one of the most unique artists. Now everyone's trying
Sounds
to copy
exactly
him.
like Lil Wayne, but he raps correct, unique.
Yeah.
Nah, Lil Wayne.
I'm having fun. I'm taking the piss.
You're obviously not a Drake fan. I'm standing here.
I am
on this
precipice.
Exactly. For all the Drake fans out there. No, I think he did his music is second to none in the industry. I think he's a trendsetter. I think he carries himself very well on social media and he does things differently. Like, for example, God's Plan, the video for that.
Oh, gave out money to the people on the street.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool.
I didn't like that. Didn't like that.
Okay, yeah, I know it's like fishing for
way too much attention.
Yeah. It's like, look at how good I am. But at the same time,
am I in the shot where I'm changing someone's life? Am I in that shot? Oh, thank you.
Make sure you got me
thank you.
Wait,
Wait,
side.
Did you get her tears? You got her tears and me smiling, being
and
a good
dancing.
guy. Sorry, I just do.
Oh, look at this raggedy ass man that hasn't had a shower in like 2 years.
Put the camera on him.
Exactly.
Give him make sure money. That we've shaken hands and hugged.
Exactly.
I'm such a good man. By the way, here's all this money for everyone.
But he could have done a video of like video vixens and like driving cars.
Pretty sure he did that in the next one, which negates this whole fucking point.
I think he does things differently from the conventional, and the fact that he's like
not acknowledging his kid.
Well, he wouldn't be the first person in the industry to have done that.
Ooh,
but
shots fired! Shots fired!
Do you know what? Let me bring it full circle. Yeah,
I'm picking on you a lot.
No, it's fine. It's an easy person to pick on. But I think the main thing that he deserves deserves credit for, or deserves to be worshipped for, is because this guy is an actor from Canada. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
an actor.
he was in that wheelchair.
he was an actor. Yeah, he was
The
an
grassy,
actor.
that one
Yeah,
yeah,
he was 14
yeah.
years old. He played this kid in a wheelchair.
Did you see that video?
Like,
Yeah, go on.
it doesn't get more lame than that.
Yeah,
True.
And now he's like,
yeah,
cool. It's
yeah.
like
From where he was to that.
Now he's
Exactly.
like, Kiki, do you love me?
Oh god.
are you riding? Yeah, he's quality.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
Drake-
Kim
Drake
Kardashian, by the
fan.
way, if you didn't know.
Really?
I don't even.
That's not true.
You
That's
know what?
that's-
No,
that's-
you know
that
what?
makes sense.
Let me jump on your side.
Him and
You know
Kanye have
what?
beef.
He definitely I think he's the most successful artist of all time now. His albums have done more than any other artist apparently. Like he's so great. Well, maybe that's an overstatement, but people have just like he did take hip hop into a new level, made it softer, make it popular. He merged two genres together, R&B
And
hip-hop.
he brings in stuff like Afro beats and bashment.
He
all
does.
the time.
He's very experimental and all that.
Yeah, he brought the people in first though. Sorry, he brought the with you know what you'll call it?
Garage.
No, he perfected what hip hop was with Nelly, and he took it to the next
I would
level.
agree. And Nelly was curving a certain way that I would agree.
yeah.
And funny enough, Nelly only touched that a little bit, and Drake really tapped into that,
Yeah,
and
that's
just
it.
taken off of it. And every time his album comes out, he's just in the. You know what's funny? Do you ever see that music video he did with Tyra Banks, where she threw food on him, and then through the whole music video he's got food on his face.
The bit where they're in the restaurant. at
Yeah, in the
beginning.
restaurant,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
throws- she
Oh, did
pulls
they
it.
actually do like a full video?
Yeah,
with
that
the
was a
face?
full.
Was
that
it-
was music like a movie video, innit?
Was it a comedy?
Through the whole video.
Was that
he's-
Tyra Banks?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Was it a comedy one? Or
No, it was a song.
It was
Oh, really?
It was an actual song about relationships. He always does that, innit?
Oh,
That's
In
his
my
thing.
feelings. That's
well,
his
no, he
thing.
did it. He got the women first, and
Yeah.
the rest had to. Well, guys have to follow where the women go.
You know what's funny
There you
about
go.
Drake, and I will wrap this up. Well, there's one other part of the game I want to reveal at the end. But what's funny about Drake, I like him. I do like him. But all right, let's get to the end of the game. So at the end of the game, unlike the other time, we say how we really feel about our choices. Now, obviously I had to say to defend my worship in Tom Hanks. How do I really feel about him? I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's one of the greatest. I actually agree with Joey. I think he has stayed in his lane and he's always played that kind of respectable. Okay, the one movie he did people love him where he wasn't a great character was that gangster movie.
Is it Road to Perdition?
Road,
or
exactly.
Perdition? Yeah.
But
yeah.
even then, he was the protagonist and he wasn't bad. He was a gangster,
Also, yeah,
but he wasn't a bad man.
an anti-hero type.
An
thing.
anti-hero,
Yeah.
exactly. So
But still a hero.
still a hero.
nonetheless.
So
Yeah.
I don't love him, but I love some of his movies. Like, obviously, the one movie that I think it's even a meme is Castaway.
Oh yeah. That movie I could only watch once. Yeah.
Castaway.
Yeah.
I mentioned it before.
It's a good
that-
movie though. I actually
Great
do
movie.
admit, even the end. I mean, it was a great ending how they nailed that as well. So
Let me jump to Logan Paul because how do you feel? Because I actually got positive things to say Logan Paul actually because I think he's a fantastic businessman. To be very honest with you,
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
everything a
I
shit human being.
feel incredibly indifferent about him. I don't hate him, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't care for him.
he fucked his brother's girl and let it out to the world, which is not
that's,
Alyssa Violet.
I mean, you can tell he is
Even that's business.
you
Like,
can tell he is a horrific human being.
Mm.
You know, but it's one of those things where
I think he's a dumb kid.
yeah. Do you know when the bad guy who wins in the movie, he wins in life, who wins in the movie, and it was like, oh shit, he's just winning. Like he's just like how you imagine like Trump growing up, or something like that. He's like, oh, nothing bad is gonna happen
know
to you.
what?
I've heard him being dumb as well. I've heard him in interviews arguing with people,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and he genuinely sounds quite thick. You know,
he's
but-
a dumb kid. They're both him and his brother are just very, very, very young with a whole lot of money. Remember, Sandy Moon spoke about people that win the lottery. They're on lottery figure of money. They
Yeah.
are earning a crazy amount of money.
yeah.
They're just forcing themselves to entertain kids, doing stunts, shocking people. You know, they had that little mini series about Jake Paul with Shane Dawson, The Mind of Jake Paul, where it's like, you know, it's that thing when you go behind the scenes, it's all an act, I do it for the views, this isn't really who I am. I'm like, we all know that kind of shit.
Even on movies now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they're young, so I'm just like, maybe this isn't who he really is. He's putting it on for his business. But what he's done as a business with the merch advertisement is egregious. Like
Yeah.
they really advertise their shirts to an egregious offense where people are just like it's against the law as well. How much they advertise in their videos is against American law. Like 75%,
really?
yeah, 75% of their movies is actually of their videos It's advertising.
75%.
The way they
Yeah.
sprinkle it in throughout.
Oh, where it like pops up, you mean?
Yeah, it pops up. Oh, guys,
gotcha,
don't forget to hit the merch, and then the thing pops up. It's like consistently.
As opposed to the content that you looking to watch there, yeah.
But anyway, it's a businessman. I think he's respectable, but I just don't think he's a likable person. But he's a dumb kid to me. So
I don't even think he's that much of a great businessman, to be honest, because all it is just using that shock factor of look at how much of a prick I can be, and he's drawing the attention of, let's be honest, like younger people who maybe do not know any better, which is why I think that kind of fame or that kind of business model is got a time span or a shelf life, if you will.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it's definitely going to make a lot of money now, but in terms of, he's definitely good at making money in the now.
Well, let's get to your great thing, because we've got to
longevity?
finish up the voice ones before it gets too late. So Stanley, do you really feel that way about Drake?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I like Drake. I think there's a lot of UK artists that I listen to that he is responsible. Well, not responsible, but he helps bring them in.
Influence.
If you play some songs in a concert or in a club, people will dance to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He makes great hits.
Yeah,
He makes great hits without a doubt.
Yeah, I like him.
So
some people think it's too soft, but why not?
It's just that credibility. You can't have that, like if him and Kendrick Lamar and hanging out, with all the boys, with fellas, and they're saying, "No, who'd you like?" And then you got one answer. You're not gonna be like, I sure like that last Drake song. What is it called? Something about how women are great. Which one is that?
Women are the best.
So because you're gonna have to narrow that down. That's like 899 songs.
All right, guys, we've got to move on. Let's move on to the last couple of voicemails.
All right.
Raven's got a voicemail which I really like, but it kind of needed a bit of investigation. I got an answer for it, and I'll help you guys along. So have a listen, and then we'll pick it up from there.
All right.
Good afternoon, Red Raven here on this grey and almost pitch black Monday. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I hope you're doing well. So my question for you guys is, which character in any TV or movie series that you have viewed in the last 12 to 24 months closely resembles or best resembles you? How do they closely or best resemble you? And would you, if you could, where there are differences between you and this character, pull a last action hero and sink into the screen and take on their life just to be able to have the aspect of them or effectively live their lifestyle with all their character differences from you, as well as the ones that best resemble you? I hope that's clear enough. My brain's just gone into this weird fog. Anyway, hope you guys are cool. Take care. Peace.
Love the question, Raven. It does require some thought, so I'm gonna give my friends a bit of time to ruminate on that, because I'm gonna throw a bit of comedy out there. So one of the things I'm upset about is over the last 2 years I haven't gone to the cinema as much as I want, even though I've got an unlimited pass. So first of all, it's gonna be like, man, it's an easy answer. I want to be the Black Panther. The Black Panther. But then I remember that finger snap. And I was like, oh yeah, he's dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, I don't know if I want to be dead right now, but I do want that suit, and I want to be king of Africa and super technology. Black Panther, he's black and he's cool. He's got Okoye, the sexy women in Africa. I mean, it's a dream. I mean, how easy is that? Well, I'm sorry, baby, it was an easy choice. And before that, I was like, all right, let me go back, because that was gone.
Wait, did she say what's the most similar to you character-wise? Did he say
that you want to jump in and do a last action hero?
All right, okay,
someone.
Okay, all right, cool.
She put some qualifiers there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna simplify it a little bit, because I think we can meet halfway on what she was saying. But even if excluding Black Panther, because I think it's an easy answer for any black man in the last 20 years. I was looking at the movie list. I couldn't pick any of the Avengers because half of them are dead, and I probably wouldn't want to anyway, because half of them are kind of whack, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to be Iron Man, stuff like that. And when it came to the dramas,
really,
what's up?
You don't want to be Tony Stark?
Tony Stark, I don't know. But I don't know why it doesn't appeal to me. He's fucking cool, don't get me wrong. I think it's the responsibility of him being the head of the Avengers, and arms dealer. I'm like, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I don't want the responsibility. I want to. If I be a superhero that wasn't doing much on the side, then that's fine. I wouldn't be, the arrow guy either. But I was looking at some of the low level dramas, and I will say this: I'm gonna have to go a little bit further back, Raven. I'm sorry, because looking at the list of the last 2 years, there isn't superhero movies have taken over so much. You'd be hard pressed to find more intelligent dramas. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. So I have to go back even further. Yeah. There's one movie where I said I want to be that guy. Remember that movie with Bradley Cooper where he takes that pill?
Oh, Limitless.
Limitless Intelligence. I was like, fuck me, man. I want to jump in the movie and be that guy and take that pill because he enhances everything about himself. It's not even like he's down and trodden and nothing. And then Robert De Niro gives him the pill. Is it Robert De Niro? He gets the pill. Robert De Niro was involved at some point.
Yeah.
But then I would want to be in that movie. I would want to see what my brain power completely enhanced, what I could do with my own. What would I tap into in myself? That's always a fantasy movement. I would love to see myself do that. So
yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah. I hope you guys were thinking. Jodie looks stumped.
My one, what I think a lot of ladies have said, I look like the guy from Creed if they're drunk and watching someone out of shape.
Oh, so you want to go in and get your face thumped and punched?
That one, yeah, that's it, yeah. And tell a very heartfelt story at the same time. Is there anything wrong with that? No.
Did you watch Creed 2?
No, I haven't, no.
I did.
I heard of something, yeah. It's all right.
It's okay. I just think they missed an opportunity with the Drago to make that more interesting. But it was predictable, to be honest with you.
Well, I did have someone in my head there, but
I'll jump back to you because you already said something. We'll jump back to you, Stanley. Have you got anyone?
Stanley, I've got someone.
Yeah, I mean, the ones you've just mentioned are pretty good. Black Panther's a really good shout.
You can be dead.
Man, some of those heroes really have some painful backstories though. So, whereas Black Panthers is kind of bearable, like in comparison to what Deadpool's like. His face gets melted off, isn't it? He turns into.
But he can't die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but is that life though?
Yeah, Deadpool. Oh yeah. No.
But he's funny. Apparently, he's a good comedian. So Jodie might want that too.
No.
Oh my. You know I'm playing Jodie. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Jodie's gonna
paralyzed with rage right now.
You can put away that knife, man.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, this character's out. The Denzel Washington from Training Day.
Really? Yeah. That asshole?
He gets lit up though at the end.
Exactly. And he drugs his partner and that shit.
Oh, I just did a massive spoiler, sorry.
Seems like
come on, it's over 10 years old, man.
The guy seems to have a good life going, so it seemed a lot of fun.
I mean, he's got
Why couldn't you pick the Equalizer? He's a badass.
Oh God, just all that self-righteousness. Who am I to judge? Gosh. No, I don't want to help people out for free and be a role model. That sounds horrible.
Too much pressure.
Yeah. All right, go on. What
I was just gonna say, I'll be any iteration of Dwayne Johnson in this movie.
That's not a bad answer.
He's literally the same guy in every film.
Yes. That is not a bad answer.
Unstoppable. Hello, Rock. Oh no, my name is Jack Smith, and I was like, oh yeah, all right.
Okay, you say so.
It's true. I can't think of a movie where he's downtrodden or anything. I mean, you could pick, even if you pick Jumanji, he was the strong character in the video game.
He's gone for popular like comedy action movies type thing. Yeah. He did try and do some serious stuff before. Like when he first came in, like Gridiron Gang or something like that, where he helped out some, juvenile or juvies, by bringing them together to be an American football team, and it was based on a true story.
Okay, well, you know what? We got to move on because we might come back to the story, but we got to wrap up the show. Let's get into it. Did you have anything else, Shorty?
No. Okay. Carry on.
Trying to get you home, man. Trying to get you home, son.
All right. Yeah.
You're not stuck at the train station anymore. You got homes to be. Actually, you're flying out of the country too. You SOB. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's it. That's true, actually.
No, that's it. That's true.
What time was your flight?
Private information. Let's not move. Jody's
no. It's in the morning. Should be at 9. But I feel bad because I'm not packing. My wife's packing for me. So.
Win-win.
Lucky for you anyway. All right. Let's move on to the last 2 voicemails. They're pretty fun, especially this one. I like this one a lot. And let's wrap up the show for the last show of 2018.
Oh, actually,
second to last one.
Quite sad.
Hi guys, hope you're well. In the spirit of the holiday season, I have 2 questions for you. My first question is, what is the one New Year's resolution that you've been able to achieve and stick to once you've set it? And my second question is, what is the worst New Year's resolution you've ever heard? Would love to hear your thoughts on this, and keep up the good work.
I can name the resolution I've actually stuck to, because it's one I've stuck to for nearly 11 years. Oh, no, sorry, 9 years. And that's starting a podcast.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the only one that I actually continue to do. Everything else I can't say I've actually stuck to. Diets stopped eventually.
Yeah.
Other things I can't even remember. And actually, I think I did say I wanted to start some kind of yearly diary, which I have done as well, only on an annual basis, but that's a whole other story. So more of not even a diary, a reflection, kind of a reflection.
Oh, a reflection on the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
A reflection.
cool.
That's the manly way to say it, not a diary. Just these guys were getting ready. I saw Jolie's like, reading the diary, huh? I saw him. His knife was sharp.
No, just wearing your PJs and your pink outfit. Just write down in your diary.
My Winnie the Pooh bow tie.
That's it. You know, talk about what boys you like, things like that.
I'll have to think about the worst resolution I have. But you guys go next after me, because I want to hear what you guys do.
In terms of resolution, actually, it's going to sound cheesy, but yeah, this year's actually not been pretty bad. There was a lot of things that I set out to do. I was like, this year I'm going to be like a yes man. Like, I'm going to say yes to everything. Like, you want to try this? Yes. Hey, do you want to like go embark on this project? Yes. Is there something you're trying to do? Yes, do it. So in that sense, the podcast is one of them. I really wanted to get that underway, and that happened. And then, you know, job change as well. It's just been a bunch of things, and there's something that I've been helping out with in terms of in a charitable way, which has taken a lot of my time. So I really feel like I've stretched myself this year, like whereas in the past, like it would have, you know, when the end of the year comes, it's like, I didn't get to do that, I didn't get to do it. But, this year it's been pretty jam packed. And has to hoping next year is the same.
Yeah, it's good to be busy.
It's good to be busy. Yeah.
Well, worst resolution. I've failed many times at no longer taking narcotics. So that is one.
You pothead.
I still wish to, aspire to.
Did you say best already?
No. The best one. Oh gosh, there hasn't been. Actually, I've never really done resolutions, to be honest.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't.
Because, just using a random point at an arbitrary time to say I want to better myself. You can do that any time of the year.
That is true. But there's something about going into the new year.
But then it becomes so cliched, and then you hold yourself up to a false standard. You're doing it because of the calendar year rather than like I really want to do it. You know, although your example did actually prove that point wrong there, where you've actually had it. But for some people, they're like, I'm going to go to the gym. You know, that's where all those gym memberships go. Rock it up.
Always packed in January.
And then, January 23rd, you see that tumbleweed.
It doesn't even get to a month.
Like. Yeah, exactly. That tumbleweed just goes past, and they're like, oh, shit.
I'm one of those people, like, I'm always like, this year, shredded by summer. I'm literally gonna walk down the street and women are gonna be falling down.
Everyone has that dream, right? Of that summer shredded body. I'm just gonna.
I'm glad you guys brought this up, because I was thinking of my worst just now. Worst resolution I've heard from myself or anyone else, and I was like, I can't really think. I never heard somebody say a resolution and be like, that's a terrible idea. So I went on, just to make it more entertaining, I went on Google just to search for top 10 worst resolutions. And they're all ones that, the ones they've got as a top 10, and there's 3 sites that have this same 10 list, which is really strange, but they're all ones that no one can keep to. That's why they're calling it the worst. Like, number 1 is, join the gym, always fails. Number 2, go on a diet, always fails. Number 3, this one's actually kind of funny. You guys should be ashamed of this one. Number 3 failed, spend more time with friends and family.
Yeah, that's one thing,
That's failed. They say that always fails. Number 4, get organized, seems to always fail for people.
That is, but that one's so generic. It's like, get organized. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
This one's the worst one. This is just so dumb. Like, if anyone said this as a resolution, I'll just roll my eyes. Number 5 says stop being stressed.
Right. Well,
I mean, really.
Again, vague.
My resolution is to stop being stressed. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, you can really.
Can you turn it off like a switch?
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
know
stressed
what I mean?
anymore. Hey, life's great. Fucking hell. Get a grip.
Yeah,
Number
that's-
6,
that's
stop
some-
smoking, drinking, as you said, Stanley. Go on, Jolie, there. I heard you saying something there.
no, I was gonna say stop getting stressed.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that's how some people, just became like homeless, something like that.
Stop being homeless.
They just are like, I'm not gonna get any stressed, and they stop doing everything. And they're like, they're homeless, and I'm like, oh, I'm not stressed though. No,
Here's
but
one that,
yeah,
go on. Here's
yeah.
one that bugs people that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I know, but I don't ever put it as a resolution.
Yeah.
Get finances in order. I don't ever put that as a resolution. It's a big thing to say that I'm putting finances in order to see us. Like, really, if you're in debt for
Yeah.
like a couple grand, it's like, oh, just putting them in order is going to sort. Oh, I guess you can.
Yeah.
What would you say if I told you half of those things are on my list
Yeah.
of New Year's resolution?
Right, let me finish then.
Well, some people help me out. Debt,
Oh, it's not
debt
finished.
collectors help me out with sorting out my finances.
There you go.
I was like, they're absolutely fine. No,
Let me read the
taking
last
your
3.
TV,
I'll
mate.
get you guys to read the last 3.
Yeah.
Change your job or career. 9,
Yeah.
travel. And 10, this is the
gosh.
one where I'm like, you know what? This is the one that deserves like we're all arseholes. Number 10, I said I never heard anyone say it's a New Year's resolution. If I did, I'd be you're a better man than me. Number 10 is volunteer.
Ah,
I already did that, so hey.
yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Volunteering. No.
Volunteering, what's that?
Well, you
Seems
know,
like, no, it seems
well,
like
actually,
a lot
yes, it's a fair point because
seems like a lot of effort. Yeah.
sometimes it's like if it's something that you actually enjoy, then like I volunteer at like a youth thing, so that's like cool. Basically, if it's volunteer at a homeless shelter, okay, maybe I'm not going to be too keen to do that. So yeah.
All right. Well, we've got our last voicemail before the
All
What
right.
We Learn section, and then we're going to get out of here. So let's hear our last
All right,
voicemail,
all
which
right,
is
all right,
very
yeah.
apt. Because actually, I can't even think of an answer to this one.
Hi guys, so since we're coming to the end of the year, I want to know what big event that happened this year would you change and how would you change it?
I don't think a big event happened to me this year, actually.
Or to you personally, or in the world?
If it's in the world, it's different. To me, this year, personally, I don't think there was a massive event, to be honest. In the world, what would I change? I mean, a big death, like a tragedy, I tried to stop it, I guess, but that's generic and pretty predictable for me to say. I might need more thoughts on it. Do you guys anything off the top of your heads you can relate to?
2018. I mean, no, it's been a bit of a
I mean,
blur.
for me,
Oh yeah, sorry, getting married. That was pretty good.
Wow.
sorry, it's been a bit of a blur.
Someone's in trouble, boy.
Yeah, that was. No, it just felt like such a long time ago. But yeah, no, it happened this year.
Wow, more
so-
compliments.
I thought that was a good thing, right?
No, it is a kind of a good thing.
Yeah,
It is a good
you know, but yeah, there's getting married. In terms of world events, though, I mean,
can't
yeah,
stop Trump.
it's been a pretty
Brexit.
it's just a list of horrible things.
I think
really.
there was a movie I wish I never watched. I just can't remember what it was.
Oh man.
I just can't think of something I'll take back. And the big thing in particular, no, and maybe I should be grateful for that. There isn't something I'll say, oh, I'll take that away. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I'm sure, you know what, there's probably something horrific that we've missed.
I wish I had.
We just say like, nah, everything was fine. Yeah.
I wish that I was using my computer instead of the actual console. That time we recorded the episode that went away.
Hello.
Okay.
The lost episode.
The lost episode we had, episode 102. So
Yeah. That was.
I should be grateful. That's the thing I can think of. So, hey, voicemail. I'm sorry if I couldn't think of anything else. I'm gonna throw it to you guys before we go to the What Did We Learn section because I can't think of anything else if I'm being honest.
Well, for me, the only thing I would change for me, there was back in the summer, I was doing a temporary job, and I wanted them to keep me on, and they didn't. And I kind of
shit.
I was a bit salty about it. So
Could you control that though? Do you think something?
No,
you did?
exactly. What I would change though is my reaction to it because I was kind of like salty. So
oh, okay.
They were like, we want to do like a leave and do for you, and I was like, screw you. And they were like,
I think that's a reflection of the fact you wanted it though. Like it's a
Yeah.
You wanted it to fuck you, man. I really wanted this. Get out of here.
Exactly.
You don't want me. I don't want you.
They were like, can you send back your work pass? And I was like, no.
Damn.
Well, I didn't say that. I just didn't respond. But yeah, anyway, it all worked out better because, yeah, I'm at a better place.
All right, guys, is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Haven't you learned anything?
Guys, it's the end of the year, 2018. 21 podcasts down the drain. All these things that happened at the end of the year at work. Everyone's talking about this, that, and the other. What did we learn? And I'm gonna go first. And I could make a joke one, but I'll save that for the beginning of 2019. I've got a really funny joke one, but I want to end on something serious. You know, this whole podcasting game is very difficult, man. I've worked with a lot of people in a lot of different sectors of podcasting, and honestly, I've learned there's a big difference between the creative people and just the people in nepotism that have just got shit handed to them. I spoke to Stan, I can't name names. I spoke to Stanley about this off mic, especially today. I noticed that a lot of people are tone deaf in the industry. A lot of people are fed things and I just learned there's being a creative and being someone that's already been put on a pedestal in a position of power is something you need to fight against. And even to get on certain levels, sometimes you need to put all your energy, all your creativity in it to match these people that have just been bred and born into certain things. It's kind of, I feel bitter saying it like that, but after today, I just think, shit, man, I need to put all my creativity into this voicemail to make it succeed. I don't have the money.
That's good, though.
I don't have the college degree, but I think I got the creativity and the good co-host people around me to help it work. So that's what I learned.
And the in terms of the actual quality of the show, like audio, in terms of the audio, how it sounds and stuff, like it sounds good. It's like professional level.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it's in your basement or something like that.
I don't think you noticed, but last week I made a massive improvement to the. There's been like a 50% improvement. I figured out something, especially with the volume and stuff. There's a massive improvement. So I've only.
I
been
didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I noticed as well. I'm
glad you did, Jolie.
Didn't want to inflate your ego more than it needs to be.
Right. Thanks, buddy.
Well, no, actually, it's mine was somewhat serious a bit. Well, in terms of actually. Just kind of having that hope and confidence in actually what you actually want to do. So there's times that with I'm doing stand up or whatever, I was just like kind of put my head down and said like, well, it's not worth it at the end. But it's actually recently, you know, when I've done some recent gigs and hanging out with you guys, you know, you tend to get. I've been noticing, you know, some decent feedback and people actually appreciating what I can offer, and it just kind of gives you more hope and enthusiasm to actually, you know, take it forward and just don't give up, because you know, you always hear of the people who have quote unquote made it in terms of it at least being a full-time job that they could actually relax on. It's just that one chance, or just a chance, lucky break, and it's, you know, it's just basically when, you know, hard work meets opportunity, you know, just that type of thing there. You just need that kind of like,
I love that saying. Heard it before.
Yeah, and when that happens, you know, it's just a case of like, if you're doing both, then eventually it'll happen there. So
you just encouraged me, Jolie.
No, it's true. It's true. It's given me much to look forward to in 2019. I'm usually a cynic, as probably most audience most listeners could actually attest to, but yeah, no, this is what I'm hoping, and we'll see what comes of it next year.
And by the way, Jolie, I know people listening now, you're so hard on Jolie. Look, you're hella funny. I think you got what it takes. I only take the piss out of you because you can take it and throw it back in my face, which you do all the time, by the way, which I don't appreciate. But it's still
that's true. All right, well,
let's say that. Was it?
You'll take out your tampons.
Blade sharpens blade.
Yeah, Blade Sharp, that's right. Yeah.
Blade Sharp. I'm not a comedian at all, even though I'm like some amateur fool of a comedian or whatever you say. But I think my life is funny, and I put that out there, and I know that, and I'm not ashamed of it. So
you're horrifically funny. There,
you have dropped some funny life bombs and
that's true.
Stuff that's happened to you.
I'm actually holding one episode in my hand right now. But there you go. Go on, Stan. Yeah, I interrupted.
Well, after that emotional what have you learned session from you guys, mine is literally just trivia. So obviously
that's fine, Jen. That's fine. This is how fine it is.
Hey, I gotta leave it on a fun note.
Not what I call a team player. Do me, Jolie. Jesus Christ.
No,
Stan, go on.
gotta leave it on a fun note for Christmas and whatnot.
Please do.
Yeah, I thought, hey, why not do a couple of did you know Christmassy things? And just so happens that a couple of, well, I've only got two, and they're both to do with stuff that we've addressed in this podcast, which we started this year. So, first one, feast your ears. Hang on a second. Cool.
What the hell's going on? Feast your ears on this, Jolie.
I nearly messed it up. Okay, cool. So, according to data gathered from Facebook, this is what I learned. 2 weeks before Christmas is one of the two most popular times for couples to break up. One would guess to avoid buying presents, and then it goes on to say Christmas Day is the least popular. So, if anyone's looking to avoid buying presents, then you better do so before. Like, you're literally in the dying days before Christmas. Like,
right.
That's a great sense of humor you got there, Stanley. I like the uplifting tip. What's your next one?
Yeah, this one's a bit.
Here's another life hack, guys.
Let me get the music ready for you.
For you fun-loving people.
What's your next uplifting life tip, Stanley? Go on for Christmas.
Hey man, I'm hoping that all the listeners out there, I hope it's the opposite for you guys. I hope you're getting into a relationship. It's cuffing season. Technically, when the lead up to Christmas is meant to be cuffing season because people want to be like.
Oh, I thought you said coffin. Okay.
Oh no,
cool.
not coffin.
Yeah,
Jeez. Coughing. Oh my gosh.
It's like shit. All these old people dying, man. There's another phrase for this, surely. Coffin season.
We tweeted that. You know, there'll be police at his door. Coffin season. It's coffin season.
Granddad dead. Hashtag coffin season. Like, you know.
Do you know what? That might be the episode. The name of this episode. You know, happy coffin season.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad shot.
Oh, good.
I think so. Coffin season.
Yeah. Next one. So, so this is more of a guess game for you guys, you movie buffs over there.
Right.
So, in a recent Yahoo poll, users voted the most popular Christmas film of all time as Blah, with the Blah coming second, and in third place, Blah. So, what do you guys think are the three, according to this Yahoo poll, the three most popular Christmas movies?
Wonderful Life will be number one. That's just so. I've seen so many polls of that movie. Only because it's been. There's a whole story behind why that's number one anyway. Not because of the quality of the movie.
Okay.
Die Hard. Was that one?
That's beloved. I'm not sure if that's a number one though.
It's classified as a Christmas movie, I guess.
Yeah. I know it's a Wonderful Life, number one for sure.
Surely Home Alone. Home Alone should.
Home Alone's a good one actually. I don't know. I think it's a good contender for a top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas movie. What about Scrooged? With
I like that movie. I think that's. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street and A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
One of them is there in the three.
Attenborough guy. Yeah. Richard Attenborough or something.
And one more. There was one. As soon as you said that, I can't remember.
Oh God.
No, go on, Stanley. We got two
Elf.
or three.
Elf.
So again, this is just a random. Oh, Elf is a quality movie. It's one of my favorite because with
Will Ferrell.
Will
Yeah,
Ferrell.
that's it. Yeah,
funny guy. Yeah, this is just a random Yahoo poll. So, but yeah, according to this, third place is A Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Damn, I got it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Second place is The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Fuck off.
I have heard.
It's a good movie, but
I've heard.
Yeah.
What's number one?
Number one.
Don't say Die Hard because that's a fake poll.
No, it was Jolie's other guess, Home Alone. Home Alone is
it's a great movie.
It was obviously going to be.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Home Alone is like the Christmas movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I just think that's a bit. I don't want to say ageist, but I have a feeling that a lot of old people would not appreciate that movie.
It's a Wonderful Life. Is like from
for
when
me.
I
think it's
60s?
a great. Yeah,
the 70s. When is it on The Wonderful Life from?
60s.
Oh, that's old.
I don't know.
We're talking like 50s, 60s. That's some black and white shit.
Yeah.
You know, but with Home Alone, yeah, that should have been a movie about getting social services involved, actually, more than anything. But yeah, apparently it's a family movie.
Oh my days.
Funny fact, Macaulay Culkin's all over YouTube right now. He's been on like 3 different shows. He's on the Angry Video Game Nerds Home Alone Christmas special, which I think is hilarious. Where he's been reviewing the Christmas games with the nerd.
Oh, no way.
So he's starting to embrace that he's just this weird guy.
I think he
that
did,
was a
yeah.
child
He was in
actor.
a band for a while, and his brother's become a big actor-ish. and
People
it was
have wanted him in
like,
so many movies. He's refused so many times.
Oh yeah.
The last movie I saw him was a movie called Saved, which I think it's like a Christian movie where he's in a wheelchair. he's a fantastic actor. Even as an older guy, he can really fucking act. I'm like, why did this guy stop acting?
Well, maybe it was an incident with Michael Jackson, possibly.
You know what? I really don't know how tight they were.
Well,
for a while, but he wasn't even with them when them kids moved in.
He just that's the last time you saw him when he was looking happy and healthy.
This
Need to put the conspiracy
That's
music.
Hey, look, that's it.
I swear that he did coke. I swear that he was a druggie.
No, he was.
Yeah, he was. It was.
Those pictures of him
you see
looking
his
all
face.
dishevelled.
You just
Yeah.
see him. You
looked
rarely see a
messed up.
picture where you see someone gurning, but his jaw was like out of the frame. It was just like, it was hilarious, man.
All right, well, guys, we've got to wrap this show up. It's been
On
another
a high note, yay!
Coley Cokie doing drugs. Your favorite Christmas kid of the 90s. But he's doing well on YouTube right now, so we did bring it back to a positive spin. But guys, thank you for coming on the final show of 2018.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yep.
It's been
Guys,
great.
thanks to Jolie, Stanley. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You already know I got plans for things in the future to make it bigger. We got lots of guests coming next year as well. We started halfway through 2018, but we're going to be running through the whole of 2019. Hopefully Jolie doesn't miss any more trains, so we can just keep it going. But we started. Yeah, it's not his fault. I mean, London is shit for travel, especially in winter. There might be even more delays in winter.
Oh, thank you for reminding me there. But yeah,
Just saying, so we can't blame you. We're just giving you an out.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, guys. Where can the people contact you and hunt you down?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at SJ_.
When I'm not in France or at a train station, it would be at Jolie Tfara. That's my handle on all social media platforms.
Okay, and me, I'm at Don Tyrell. You can go to voicemail.com, get those voicemails in. We'll be ready for them next year. So, enjoy your holidays for now. Enjoy your Christmas cake.
Just for now.
Christmas dinner. Enjoy, relax, and, send in the voicemails when you got the time. Voicemail.com, hit that send voicemail button, phone, anything with microphone-enabled access. We love all the voicemails. Thank you for everyone participating. Thank you for all of our guests. We wish you happy holidays and all Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yep.
Kwanzaa, whatever else you're celebrating, guys. And
all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
And all I can say is, hey, man, have a happy 2019, 2018, and we'll see you in the next recording.
All right.
See you next year.
Peace.